in the glory. Every other weekend there's a cognac story. Before we give a toast, better make sure they pour me another glass and put it in the air for the time that passed. I said bask in the glory. Every other weekend there's a cognac story. Before we give a toast, better make sure they pour me another glass and put it in the air for the time that we came along.
Electronics, man. Just get a laptop.
Hey, bro.
Just get a laptop, bro.
Buy me one, man, nigga. That ain't in the budget.
Nigga,
right
you just bought a house. Your house didn't come with a fucking laptop? That wasn't like standard.
Oh yeah, all right, nigga.
No, when it's okay. Serious question though, bro. When they came and set your Wi-Fi up, they didn't offer you like a free laptop or a free tablet. They did with me. I took it. I took the free tablet.
We didn't get the. What we did was, I don't know if they offer that with other packages. Whatever. We just got the internet shit first, and then my sister-in-law put us on to where you don't have to get cable with the cable box. You can just get if you got a smart TV, you can just download the app,
the apps,
stream your shit.
Yeah.
So we did that shit later on, but I ain't swearing about no damn tablet or no fucking.
Yeah, because I just have internet, bro, and that's all I pay for, except for like my apps and shit. But and then my shit came with some with Time Warner Xfinity gang, right? But they gave me this little box, this little streaming box. Plug it into your motherfucking internet, bro. You get all these goddamn channels. You know what I'm saying? So so I fuck with that Peacock. I fuck with that Peacock network heavy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Got to watch The Office and WWE. So
see, I might have to get it because I like The Office. Yeah, we just got the basic cable and unlimited internet.
Yeah, because you a basic ass bitch. That's why.
Hey, I got all the other apps for the movies. Fuck that shit.
Hey, listen. Welcome back. Welcome the fuck back. This is the final episode of Cognac Stories. I'm going corporate, so I can't fuck with you hard ERs anymore. I can't fuck with you Antonio Browns anymore. So I gotta end the podcast because of my new job. So fuck y'all. But no, seriously. Once again, I'm here. I have a fucking Scully on because I got the window open because I'm smoking hookah right now like a true fucking degenerate. This is not a dildo I'm sucking on. It's a fucking hookah hose.
I thought you was allergic to that shit.
Nah, man, I went and got a pinprick test, man. I'm no longer allergic to tobacco. I'm not allergic to vape oil or CBD oil. I just can't smoke marijuana pollen. That's what the fuck damn near killed me. So if you try to pass me something hand rolled or something pre-rolled, I can't smoke it. But if it's in the pen, we can get high, baby. But I don't do that anymore because drugs are bad, okay? But I'm joined today by.
You about to get a job, nigga.
Can I get through the introductions? I have a job. I am not Tommy from fucking Martin, bro. You know what I'm saying? I haven't filled out any of the fucking paperwork for my job, Sadira, because I was waiting on this other shit. I'm waiting for these motherfuckers to tell me I'm not getting this other job before I sign this fucking I-9. Like I already have it notarized and shit. You don't
gotta do that till you get there anyway.
I start fucking Monday.
Yeah, you have to sign it within the first 3 days, so you're fine.
Oh, okay, fuck it then. I'm gonna procrastinate. Now let me finish the intros. I'm joined by the fitted hat god, the master of fucking meat, the sauce boss. Make that shit drip down your lip a little too much and you might fucking slip. Jamal Nance. What hat do you have on today? I can't tell what the fuck that is.
Hey, that's Milwaukee Brewers.
The baseball?
Yes, sir.
That Ricky Schroeder shit? Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Niggas don't know about that.
That white boy Ricky Schroeder shit. Shout out to the greatest movie ever, The Wood. I got my man Julio Morgan, aka the CEO. All right. The motherfucking the Vince McMahon of fucking burgers. All right. Coming soon to a fucking town near you, another fucking franchise. We're not bringing back the dollar menu. Get the fuck out of here, you broke boys. All right. No more chicken selects.
Yo, I forgot they had chicken selects, yo.
Yo, how you doing, man?
What's going on, guys? Here in sunny.
I don't care how you doing. When them fucking chicken selects coming back?
I don't fucking know, man.
Why'd y'all let Taco Bell get wings?
Now, does that even make sense? Taco Bell with wings.
Be clear. If any nigga listen to this, any lady, nigga, dude, female, listen to this podcast. If y'all go to Taco Bell and get some wings, kill yourself.
Exactly.
First off, I eat wings from 7-Eleven, so I'm one of those people.
Well, you're trash.
Yeah.
Well, if you ask all my ex-girlfriends, I am trash. So that's a true statement.
Right.
And so seriously though, how are you doing today?
Good. I'm up here in sunny Albany, New York, till tomorrow. I fly back into Jersey. So I've been up here checking on the restaurants, seeing how they're doing.
So you coming in there scaring people?
No, I don't operate like no. It's not like how it was when we was kids. A lot different, professional, all that good shit.
Yeah,
we're actually
the undercover boss.
We're actually taking over a store tonight, so we're picking up another restaurant. So I'm doing that tonight, and then I fly back in tomorrow. So I'll be back in Jersey. So I've been up here for like 7 days, something like that.
That's what's up, man. Hold on. This is Bone's wife just hit me up. I think she is going to join the pod. And I love her. I love her so fucking much.
She was good when you had her on there with it was her and Derek, I think, were both on there. They're actually really good. They should actually have a podcast.
Derek's punk ass. This motherfucker is sitting in his living room right now in a dirty wife beater, just watching TV and doesn't want to come on the pod because he's fucking hungover.
Yeah. Shit, his Bills are doing good. Shit, he's all over it. I mean, it's crazy with football right now. Kansas City is on top, the Bills are on top, and my Cowboys are on top, baby. There we go.
Yeah, he's
fuck them Cowboys.
How about them fucking Cowboys, dog?
That ass whooping they gave the Eagles last night, boy. That was an ass whooping they gave them last night.
Hey, man, listen, a win is a fucking win, bro. A win is a win. Don't get it twisted where it's like, oh, it was their second strings. Nah, nigga, they get paid the plates like everybody else. So fuck that. Without further ado, last but not least, I got my younger sister, the earner of the family, Sadira Meacham, aka you better have your fucking paperwork squared away. You're not getting fucking hired, and I will write you up on a fucking holiday. Sadira Meacham, how you doing today?
I am great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. But nobody cares about how men are doing, so let's not pretend like we actually do care. And excuse me right now, I'm trying to fucking copy this link so I can send to Aileen so she can jump up in here. So I sent it to Bone, and of course his bum ass didn't. Only woman. Yeah, I mean we'll have some more female energy in there. I just sent her a link, so she should be joining here shortly. But okay, I'm glad to hear everybody's doing good, man. How's everybody's week? And anybody do anything fun?
Nope.
Oh my God, y'all motherfuckers corny as hell. Y'all some working ass motherfuckers, man.
Don't you know the coronavirus is still live in a living color? And don't you know that?
I'm about to say
that shit's not real, dog. It was made up by the government.
Yeah,
all right. That shit was made up by the government. I'm vaccinated, so I can say that. I'm vaccinated, so I can talk that shit. I'm vaccinated
and boosted, and I'm telling you,
yeah,
that shit's still.
I'm getting boosted in 2 weeks, bro. I ain't fucking around with y'all motherfuckers.
School was shut down. It was supposed to go back to school last Wednesday. I ended up getting canceled. I got to go back, and I didn't go back Monday.
Yeah,
we're gonna see how that go.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I think I had that shit again like last week because my girl tested positive, bro, last week. And I was sick as fuck. I had like 102-degree fever and I had body aches and all that shit. That's when I was taking all this goddamn medicine. I felt like shit. You know what I'm saying? And then she was like, oh, I tested positive. And I was like, bitch, you burnt me. You burnt me with that fucking Rona. But, I'm back. So I ate that shit, bro. But nah, man, I had a pretty good week and just been chilling, drinking heavily. Because this is my last non-work. I mean, I work on the weekends, but from home, like, cause next week, I'll be at my new job at the museum. So come holler at your boy if you want to learn about tolerance and ending racism. But outside of museum, I'm a fucking exhibit, bro. What are you talking about?
Here we go.
They're gonna have fucking what's my man Charles Schindler. They're gonna have Anne Frank and then me. All right, right there. You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm be in the museum. I'll be in there 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, working from home on some projects, Monday and Thursday. So it's a really sweet deal. And I'm not about to complain because I'm on salary. So I'm not going to complain. And I swear to God, if you people rat me out about previous things I've said, I'm gonna fucking kill you. You know what I'm saying? So that's to the audience. I will find you.
I'm gonna call your HR rep to listen to your podcast.
I have a special set of skills. I will find you and I will fuck you. That's it.
You mean like you mean like the only essays I know are the ones that fix my car?
Listen, relax. That was the old me. That was the old me. I'm reformed now, man. I'm baptized and I'm about to get a fucking. Let me chill with these jokes. I'm baptized, bro. I got the blood of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ flowing through my veins right now. Relax.
Do they know how you eat peanut butter cups?
That was the first question they asked. I was like, I eat that bottom first, bro. Right now, this is sake right here. You know, some premium sake that I'm drinking, you know, because I'm a fancy cultured motherfucker. I don't know if you can see this, but you know how we do over here. I can't just sit here and drink gin all the goddamn time. But yo, listen, let's get right into it, man. Let's get right into it. And we'll start with our resident football expert, Julio. What are your thoughts on this hardy R known as Antonio Brown and his shenanigans from last week?
You know, at first, I mean, it was interesting because at first you were like, well, what the fuck is going on with this motherfucker? You know, so I thought it was just him having a tantrum at first. And then you were hearing reports that he got into an argument with the head coach because he was hurt and didn't want to go back in the game. Mm-hmm. Some people were saying mental health issues. I think it's a combination of all of that, but maybe more so that he's just an arrogant asshole. I mean, look at his history with the teams that he's played for. I think that speaks a lot to his character, you know, the way he's performed. You know, I think he's beyond whatever T.O. would have done or any of those other guys. This motherfucker just needs to leave the league, and I don't think anybody's ever going to touch him again. That's just my personal opinion. I think at some point, because football is a business at the end of the day, people are going to make a business decision and say, you know what, I think we can find someone even more talented or just as talented to play on our team, and we don't need to put up with this bullshit anymore. So those are my thoughts.
What about you, Jamal? I know you're a big Antonio Brown fan. You were playing his last record pretty hard. So bitch, you posted his fucking album. You posted his mixtape, bro. Don't front now, man.
First of all, don't do that. Don't do that.
Come on now. Come on. Why you front, man?
First of all, to your point, Julio, I do think teams aren't gonna fuck with him. But at the same token, I'll give it a year or two, and some team will be like, oh, you know, we'll try him out. Get him at, you know, less cost, just to see if it works out. I don't think he's completely done. It's just gonna take a while for him to get back in the league. As far as it's his history. I'm tired of when the motherfuckers do shit, they go right to mental health. Like everything ain't mental health. If you look at when he was getting scouted, that's what all the Scottish stuff was saying about him. Like, you know, he's a good player, but his ego like gets in the way sometimes. Blah blah blah, all that bullshit. So I was saying the same thing. Like, oh, like what the fuck happened? Maybe he was just having a temper tantrum. Then when they came out that, you know, he was complaining about. It was one where he was saying he was hurt, didn't want to get in. He was saying, I'm not getting the ball, so why am I getting in the game? Because you get paid to play, motherfucker. That's why. You think you can put that jersey on, get your ass out there. He's a prime example of having skill, but the ego is fucking it up. Like, yeah, you play good, but if you do too much antics where people don't care about how you play anymore. So at the end of the day, I look at it as he's going to be out he's definitely not playing this season. He might not play next season. But I'll say within a couple of years, some whack-ass team that needs a receiver or somebody's going to get hurt on a team and they need a receiver, they're going to reach out to him and see what he do. But he's going to be on a tight leash. Other than that,
I like that slavery reference. I like that slavery reference, having Antonio Brown on a tight leash, because that's where he belongs. He's a goddamn animal.
It wasn't that, but you know, he keep doing dumb shit. And it's like, you know, at some point, it's like when you look at how he got there, you know, you came from a situation where you was doing dumb shit. You know, Tom Brady stuck his neck out for you to get you on the team, and now you still doing dumb shit. And it's like, granted, y'all winning, but you like, the shit like you're irrelevant. Like they don't need you on the team. But we'll see. He'll be back in a couple of years doing the same dumb shit, and people be all mad. But other than that, stop rapping, nigga. Your shit's just trash. You can't sit there and get kicked out of the game to go fucking.
He dropped the single. He dropped the single. He dropped the single. Went to a
like,
Nets game as soon as he got cut from the team. So Sadira, you watch football, correct?
I do not. I don't watch any sports.
You don't watch no sports at all?
Nope. I barely watch TV.
Hey, hold on. I gotta pause this real quick. Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
1, 2. That could be a good game.
That's gonna be
okay. We're back. Let's resume the conversation. You started chunking for a little bit, Jamal. So I had to make sure I have my wired connection plugged in since I'm hosting this meeting. I can't have the audio quality sound like shit, right? So we're back. So Sadira, you don't watch sports at all. Surprising. With you being a female, that's me being sarcastic. But if you were, because you hire people, right? So if you check somebody's work history and they did some shit like Antonio Brown, would you be hiring these dickheads?
No, I would not.
So have you had that, like when you're checking somebody's work history, where they've had some wild shit like that, where they fucking left the job and stole some shit, and you guys caught that during the fucking reference checks?
Yeah, not anything crazy like that, but I did a reference check recently, and the person that I called, I said, tell me about the person. She was telling me the history, and I said, well, would you hire this person back? And she straight up said
no.
That's why you can't put the jobs you fucked up on the resume.
Yeah, I was just like, okay. So then she was going into detail about stuff, and I was like, all right, well, I'm not even going to ask you the rest of the questions. We're just going to end this here, and thanks for being honest. So.
Hey, man, that's what's up, man. A very fair person. I respect that. But this is my take, right? Because there's a lot of shit surrounding this Antonio Brown debacle, and Black people annoy the fuck out of me, bro. And I know it sounds crazy saying this, but why is there a tendency for Black people to always give consistent fuck ups the benefit of the doubt, right? Like as soon as Antonio Brown did that shit, everybody said, oh, he was close to his incentives. Blah, 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 blah. Antonio Brown turned down like $50 million from the Raiders, guaranteed money, because he's a fucking idiot, fucked up his value, and then was on an incentive contract with Tampa Bay because he is a career fuck up. He's made over $75 million in his career, most of it with the goddamn Pittsburgh Steelers. He fucked that situation up in Pittsburgh. Tom Brady stuck his neck out for him in New England. All right. Got him in New England on the Patriots. He fucked that up, right? Then fucked his free agency up. Tom Brady stuck his neck out for him once again with Tampa Bay. Got this piece of shit a fucking ring. All right. And what does he do? He proves that he's a hard ER. And I don't care about fucking mental health. I don't care about CTE. I don't care about any of that shit. Right?
Well, see, now, like my thing with that is, if it's something where he actually needs help, go get help.
Listen. Antonio Brown, fuck you. All right. You got enough money to go get help. You got enough people around you that want you to get help. You don't want to get help, right? And so the other thing is that mental health is not an excuse to be an asshole. Mental health is not an excuse to be a dickhead. Mental health is not an excuse to do your job. If you have a diagnosed mental health issue and you're like, I got problems, I'm working through shit, go work through your shit. Don't do that shit in the workplace, because that is not going to prevent me from firing the fuck out of you, especially when you do some shit as embarrassing as what he did. And he has a consistent track record of that. And all the fucking Black folks who don't read shit and assume every Black person is innocent is like, they're like, oh, it's a conspiracy. He was hurt. There's a difference between being hurt and being injured. Being hurt means you can still fucking play. At no time did he say that he was injured. He sent the text of him getting his fucking foot worked on by a trainer. He didn't say I'm injured. He said, I'll let you know when I'm ready to go. And he took 2 days of practice off before the game and then reported to the game. meaning you can play. If he couldn't play, he wouldn't have checked in for the game. He went to play in the game because he wanted to get that goddamn check, because he's on a performer's contract, not guaranteed money, because he's a guaranteed fuck up, right? And so, and this happens all the time. When Mike Vick got busted fighting dogs, killing dogs, burying them in the backyard, what did black people do? Oh, it's just dogs. It's just dogs. It's just dogs. No, it's just a fucking crime, because it wasn't just dogs. It was animal cruelty, and it was the fact that the dog fighting ring was also involved with drug distribution in the 757 area code. And that's why all of his cousins got locked the fuck up. They got locked up, right? And you look at all these fucking problematic ass black athletes. We're supposed to give them a pass because they're black. Hey, listen, I'm gonna be honest. I don't give a fuck. Black, white, pink, purple. If you're a fucking asshole, you're a piece of shit, you're a degenerate, you're a consistent fuck up. That is just what you are. And it pains me. It pains me to see my people give so much support to these people. And then here's the other thing, right? Antonio Brown, besides the NFL related shit, this is a guy who has been convicted of multiple assault charges, also has multiple sexual assault charges pending, and domestic violence charges. And to see the amount of black women reposting all this bullshit supporting Antonio Brown lets me know that they don't give a fuck about other women. Because if they did, they would never support this motherfucker. And that is why when they asked me to not play R. Kelly, I don't play R. Kelly, but they asked me to fucking believe every woman that fucking, says that they've been assaulted, things like that. I want to do that, and I try. But when you fucking support a dude like Antonio Brown, why should I do that when y'all don't even stick together with your own? You know what I'm saying? Because when we go from Antonio Brown, we can segue right into Ari Fletcher. I don't know if you guys are familiar with her. She's an Instagram model. I guess she fucks with Moneybag Yo. Can you turn the light up in your room, Aileen? Because you're looking really dark. And that's not a black joke. But yeah, so it's like Rihanna. So Rihanna recently dropped Ari Fletcher from her Fenty or Savage Fenty line because she made some comments about not listening to women that report domestic violence and saying that she doesn't care. And Rihanna dropped her from her contract, and she did the same thing last year to Drea. And guess who's jumping on Rihanna for dropping a woman for making those kind of comments about domestic violence? Other black
Chris
women.
Brown.
No, not Chris Brown. Chris Brown shutting his fucking mouth. Nah, it's other black women jumping on Rihanna for dropping Ari Fletcher, who made a bunch of derogatory and disparaging comments about survivors of domestic violence, saying that we don't care, right? Because she was talking about she likes those toxic relationships. And Rihanna said, "Oh, you don't care? Oh, you're done. You're no longer with Savage Fenty." And it was other black women that came to Ari Fletcher's defense and tried to, shit on Rihanna for making a business move. You know what I'm saying? But so you just came in, Aileen. So we're discussing Antonio Brown. You familiar with his situation?
I am, yes.
So what are your thoughts on this?
I think he was being a little dramatic.
You can say he was being a bitch. You can say it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much. He was being like really dramatic. That was a lot. I don't know how to make my screen brighter.
Just the light in the room. Just like put a light on in the room or something like that. You don't have to worry about it right now. I mean, it's cool.
Oh, okay.
Just tell Bone to do it. Bone is in there in a fucking wife beater watching goddamn Griselda videos. Tell him to bring a light in there for you.
You know the crazy part? I think I have to probably close my blinds because it's snowing. So I might have to close them, but I have 2 lights on.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Don't worry about it then. We'll figure it out. I can adjust the lighting in the post-production. That's the magic of computers. Technology is so great. But yeah, man. And so here's my thing. And I'm gonna go to the women in the podcast. And I'm so lucky to have 2 of you guys today. Do women support other women truly when it comes to domestic violence?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad she said it.
Yeah.
All right. So why don't you think so, Aileen?
I don't think so, because some women look at them as being weak and being stupid for putting themselves in that predicament and not seeing the signs early. And other women can be more sympathetic to their situation. But me personally, I think that both of those options or both of those views are being judgmental. So me personally, I've been there. I have a few friends in that type of relationship, and I don't judge them at all. I just listen to them, and I try to give them a different way of thinking, because at the end of the day, no one can change your situation but you. So I'm just here as your friend, and I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
No, because you're a man, and I did not ask you, Slocks. Your opinion is invalid.
I want to ask Janine a question.
We're going to you.
All right, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Men will speak after the women.
The
men will speak after the women. They are reclaiming their time. Sadira.
So repeat the question for me.
Why don't women support other women when it comes to domestic violence? The way that they want us to support them, the way that they want men to protect women, they don't protect each other. Just in my opinion, they don't protect each other when it comes to domestic violence.
So I wouldn't say that they don't protect each other, because that was a quick no from how you pronounce the name, Aileen? I don't want to say it wrong.
Yeah, no, that's me.
That was a quick no. But you have to look at the definition of support.
Okay.
Sometimes you can't get involved because depending on how crazy that person is, you could be putting yourself in harm's way also. So the only support you can give at that point is, like you said, listening, maybe offering some type of advice or whatever. So I wouldn't say that we don't support each other. There's different ways of support. I had a friend who was going through that same type of situation. I don't think it was domestic abuse. It was more emotional, like controlling type thing. But she was just very unhappy and wanting to get out. And, I said, hey, I got an extra bedroom. You can come stay with me, because I knew that her husband at the time, I knew he was off, but he wasn't that crazy to try and do something dumb.
Right.
So it's the level of support that you're providing. I don't think it's no support. It's the level of support.
Okay. So if I'm, let's pretend, okay, actually, let me take a step back. Jamal, you had something that you wanted to ask. I'm going to come back to your point. Now you are allowed to speak.
Thank you. Hey, Lee, you said you got friends going through it right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so at what point do you go from the sympathy and being showing support to be like, all right, bitch, you've been going through this shit for the last 10 years. Like, what the fuck? Do something. Either do something or shut the fuck up.
Right. Yeah. And I say that in so many words. But I try not to blatantly say it. You know what I mean? Like,
it depends on the person's situation too.
Right. It's not.
If they can't
so give me a situation where it's okay to get your ass beat for 12 years.
That's a very good question.
Give me a situation.
It's not okay.
Please.
But
you said what's a situation to where you can get your ass beat for 12 years and be cool with it? What's the situation?
Okay.
Jamal,
if the
have you
woman...
been getting your ass beat for 12 years? Is there something you want to tell us? Have I not been supporting you?
Because listen, you get all these females. A lot of women, talk about physical abuse, mental abuse, all this stuff. But they have friends that's been in a situation forever, for years, and it gets to the point where, like, stop coming to complain. Like, do something. If you keep complaining to me every day about something, but you're not doing nothing to change it, then what the fuck?
Yeah, but that's a man's viewpoint. That's not more so a woman's viewpoint, because us women, we are a little more Emotional.
Bottle of water.
So being that we're more emotional, we first thing we do is like sympathize and try to come from a standpoint of, okay, what would I do if I were her, you know? But like I said, the reason why I said a hard no in the beginning was because most women, like, they try to say, oh, that'll never be me. You know what I mean? And you can't say that really, because you don't know. If you fall in love with one person, and then when you get deeper into the relationship and they show you exactly who they are, and you don't like that person, you know what I mean? Then it's you're fighting within your own self of getting back to where you were and where you are now in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? So it's a fight within yourself. You love this person, but you loved who you met. You know, you don't love the person that he is today, not realizing that the person he is today is his true self. Who you met,
Gotcha.
that was a just a facade. You know what I mean? So when I always tell people, and like I said, I just told my friend maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, when someone shows you who they are, believe them.
Facts.
Yeah.
So here's my question.
Look,
Go ahead,
Wait,
Sadir. Go ahead,
hold on. It took me about 3 to 4. What do you want to call them? 3 to 4 instances for me to finally say, all right, done. Because I was that woman who said, oh, this will never happen to me. You know, I'm not going to put myself in a situation, whatever. And I have friends I could go to, you know, that was support. I had a girlfriend in Norfolk when stuff went down. She was like, hey, pack up, come stay with me. And I got up and left. So
that middle finger was to you, Derek.
I gone back. I had gone back 1 or 2 times, but it was that 3rd or 4th time where I was like, all right, I'm done. So like you said, it is a battle within yourself. You know, it's a mental thing.
Yeah,
then,
it is. You know, it is mental.
You look at society, you look at being judged. It's all these things that contribute to your decision and the next move you're gonna make, finances, all of that. On the woman's end, it's 1,000 times more stuff that we have to think about when it comes to things. And if kids are involved, you know, it's just so much that you have to consider. And you know, at the end of the day, is do you want to live or die? And
okay, so
you know,
so here's my question. Here's my question, right? So and Julio had to step away from the podcast. I'm not sure it's coming back or not, but it was good to see him for those 2 seconds.
So man, can you hear me?
Yeah, your audio sounds great, but you're late, so it's all good, man.
Hey, better late than never.
No, it's just better on time. You would never tell one of your soldiers that. Imagine them come say, "Oh, better late than never, Sarge."
Nothing like get smoked. Well, hey, take appreciation in the fact that I put some pride into my audio.
Your audio sounds fucking crisp as fuck right now, so I applaud you, man.
Word up.
All right, you got
it. He just stepped his shit up.
Yeah, man, bro, you were on a fucking Nokia phone last time or some shit. I don't know what the fuck happened, bro.
Yeah. Well.
So here's my question to everyone. And Sadir, you brought something up. You said it took a bunch of instances for you to realize this shit. Now, I know about your situation, and I was one of the people that after instance 1, I said, hey, man, you should probably leave. You know what I'm saying? And I said, I can step in and do something. And Calvin, same way, right? And men, when we have female women relatives, women friends that we care about, we tell them shit from instance 1, hey, man, get the fuck out of there. It's going to happen again. And we always offer to step in. We'll be like, yo, we'll come do something to the motherfucker. We'll call the police, whatever. And women never take the fucking support that men want to give. And men know men. Because if a man has hit a woman or done something like that, it's not his first time doing it, and it's not going to be his last time doing it. Yeah. And if we care enough to put ourselves in harm's way by interacting with that man who has shown himself to be a physically violent person, and then you guys turn down our offer to help, we're like, yo, fuck all of y'all. And
sympathy card is gone. Sympathy card is gone.
I'm being honest, right? Because that's what the situation that a lot of men get put in, because it's like, yo, like, because Will, and this is some shit I've been in before, like, walking down the fucking street and seeing somebody hit their woman, and I intervene, and then the woman jumps on me and says, leave him alone. Bitch, he just punched you in the face.
That's dangerous. You know what I mean? It's very dangerous. And for a person to be that comfortable to hit them in public, it's not the first time, because it starts private first. Mm-hmm. And the first time that a man does it, they're looking for a reaction from that woman. See, people only do what you allow. You know what I mean? So it starts with the mental. He starts verbally abusing first to see how far it can go. And if you don't check it and you choose to ignore it, now he's going to go further. You feel what I'm saying? So then it escalates to him putting his hands on you. Now he's waiting to see your reaction, because notice in a lot of instances, when a man hits a woman, he's not just pounding and going off on you like y'all in a full-blown fight. No, it starts with a smack. It starts with a push. And he's like just looking to see what you're going to do now. You know what I mean? Because I come from a long background of abuse. It's crazy. I'm actually a violent person myself. But it
I'm gonna have to check on Bone.
Yeah, you're right.
You need to talk to Bone.
That's why Bone ain't coming to pod.
No, I'm just being real.
He's got a black eye. What the
That's why he always got shades on.
Twice if you need help.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, Bone,
because, you know,
if you need help,
are you beating the shit out of Bone and buy him a new pair of Jordans so he shuts up?
No, because I'm just being real, because I come from violence. You know what I'm saying? My mom thought that the way a man shows that he loves you is by putting his hands on you. You know what I'm saying? So she experienced a lot of relationships where men beat her. You know what I'm saying? So my siblings and I, we were always fighting these men. So whenever my mom got into like serious relationships or whatever, then we will always stand in front and be straight disrespectful from door to let him know, like, look, if you're that guy, we are these kids. You know? So then, you know, after I got older and moved out on my own, I didn't realize at first that the violence stayed with me. You know, and it's a mental thing, you know, it's all in the way you were taught, the way you were raised, what you were brought up in. And that was my life for a long time, was violence, you know. So with me personally, to express myself, I didn't express myself in words. I expressed myself with my hands and by fighting. So that got me in a lot of trouble. And when I met my husband, it's funny that you say that, because when I met him, you know, instead of talking and communicating, I picked fights. And he would tell me, like, you like to argue, you know? And I used to say stuff like, oh, what, you gonna leave me now? You know? So with that came growth, you know, because he taught me a lot of things and how to express myself in different ways than to use violence.
Okay, gotcha.
So I'm telling you, he's amazing.
Listen, we ain't about to sit here and fucking stroke goddamn Derek Williams' ego. He didn't want to come to the podcast, so fuck him.
He said his wife instead.
He's not coming back. This game's about to start.
She beat him up.
That's why you got me in the first
place. She punched him in the face and took over.
All right, so we'll go to you, Calvin, because I mean you're in the military, you're in the army, and you guys are notorious for beating the shit out of your women. Have you had
allegedly?
Listen, I come from the Navy, and I have sat in many of FAP cases where I had to listen to cases of sailors that worked with me, not for me, because I would personally fuck you up if you hit your wife. But I had to sit in FAP cases, which are like family advocacy program, which is like if you abuse your wife, abuse the kids, things like that. The military and civilian side will like investigate this shit, and if you're found guilty, they'll lock you the fuck up or kick you out. And I've sat on many cases where you've got court records, you've got fucking child services, you got police reports, all saying this dude choked the shit out of his woman. And she's in the FAP case, like, no, just don't end his career, you know, don't kick him out, blah, because she's thinking about the kids, the family, things like that. So for you, Calvin, have you ever been in that situation, and have you had to make that call where it's like, no, fuck this guy, you know, like, I'm sorry that you guys are going to take a financial hit. But this guy's a dangerous motherfucker.
Have I ever been in that situation? Me personally, no. I've had to, when them arguments get heated, I've definitely had to walk away. And in the first one, it was to the point where, you walk to another room, they follow you in there. You walk in, my only place I could find, because I could lock the door, was the bathroom. I had to lock the bathroom, and the argument would continue outside the door. And when I came out, it followed me again. So there'd be many a times where I'd have to leave the house, because they always told us that, like, hey, you get hemmed up, the whole Lautenberg effect, you can't hold a weapon, you lose your career.
Your career is
so
done.
That stayed over my head. Wow. So it was always walk, run, go sleep in the office, go do this. So I did that plenty of times. I read the reports. I've seen some wild stuff. Yeah, I've seen some wild stuff. Never, I think the only one time that I had a guy do it, he wasn't like a subordinate. We were like equals, we E4s, and he happened to be a bipolar cat. Mm-hmm. And he didn't take his meds, and he beat the crap out of his wife, put in the hospital actually. And I think that's the only thing that may have saved him. Like, he didn't get kicked out because he went on for a couple years. He ended up getting out, but I think the only thing that saved him, and I think she said, hey, he's this, don't jack him up. He's bipolar. He didn't take his meds. He's not taking his medicine. So they got him treatment and got him on a program to start taking his medicine again. But that's about as close as I've come. But I mean, like you see the reports, you see the news, we hear about it. So it definitely happens.
Yeah, because me, I'm snitching, bro. That's just me, because I've sat in many cases, and I'm that guy. Like, I'll be honest, like I'm that guy that's like, yo, fuck this dude's career. Get rid of him, because I'm not going to be comfortable, because I'm going to want to do something to him. Because I'm going to want to do, and I've had that situation where I've had to get into it with other chiefs and officers on my boat because we brought a guy back to the boat who choked his fucking kids, beat his wife, all this shit. We knew about it, had evidence, but because she didn't want to press it, the command was able to bring him back and let him retire. And I was like, no, fuck this guy. I want to hurt him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that'd be hard to bring him into. And I'm the bad guy now. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm overstepping my boundaries, but it's like, yo, fuck this Navy shit. I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's not something that's honorable amongst men. You know what I'm saying? That's not something that's honorable amongst men. So, and then it's like, okay, well, you doing too much. You overstepping your boundaries, things like that. But, it is what it is, man. But, I've seen it, and I've been in a relationship, same as you, Calvin. I was dating a law enforcement officer, and I had to lock myself in the bathroom and climb out the fucking window and call her commander. Like, yo, if you don't fucking come here and get her, like waking up to a stun gun in your face, shit like that kind of wild shit. Like, I too was abused. You know what I'm saying? So
I have a question.
When I broke up with her. I got, like, once I saw it, like first time, shame on you. Second time, shame on me. And I ended that shit, man. So I'm like, yo, I ain't about to be on the fucking Navy Times. You know what I'm saying? Navy chief killed by his fucking cop girlfriend for playing Xbox too long. Fuck that. Hell no. You know
terrible. So, okay, but I have a question. Did you guys ever do a psych eval?
You do one coming in. And you're supposed to do them periodically. But a lot of times you have to have something happen to you for them to take a look at you. But for me, in the submarine force, that's something that is supposed to get looked at regularly, depending on your job. But if somebody reports you for being like a little fucking nuts, they'll look at you. Like they'll talk to you, they'll sit down, but people know what to say to kind of avoid that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like, if you look at military and police, we have a long history of trauma and abuse and abusing our spouses and kids, so that's why if you're listening out there, don't date cops and don't date people in the military. And if you are in the audience and you're in the military, my bad, but we dirty, we do it. Not everybody, but we
not everybody. Yeah, we got a few
do you think wild apples. A possibility for people to change?
Yes. My opinion.
Yeah.
My honest opinion. There is a possibility, but the probability is fucking no. Just like I can go out and play the lottery and I can win $1 million. That's a 1 in 3 billion chance. That doesn't mean it's probable. So for me, if you're an abuser, you're an abuser. If you're a drug addict, you're a drug addict. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If you're a fucking rapist, you're a rapist, whatever. If you're a serial gambler, you're a gambler. And I think that someone that's abusive, it's a mental health issue. So you need
I
treatment.
agree.
You will never overcome that. You will only learn how to control it. You know what I'm
That
saying?
part.
It's
Exactly.
like me. It's
Hey.
like me. I know I have like obsessive tendencies with certain things. Like I'll get into like hobbies or certain things so fucking much, I'll just obsess over them. Shit that I'm like really into, I'll just go crazy over it, right? So I know I got to stay away from certain things that are like too meticulous, you know what I'm saying? Too time consuming, too tedious. I'll fucking go crazy over them. But but it's something I had to learn how to control, you know, and you have to admit that you have a problem. But when you're an abuser,
The first step.
the problem is right
Yeah,
there.
that's the
You
first
gave
step.
up a black eye. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, because, you know, hey, man, when you sitting there fucking organizing DVDs and fucking release dates, you might have a fucking issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing.
Yeah, I say that with that abuser thing, I think the recovery period is too long. So within that recovery period of that abuser getting better, she probably getting her ass whooped at least 2 or 3 more times. I don't know if she can handle that. And I definitely would not want that to be like my sister or a friend or something. Like, yo, get the fuck out, let them get some help, and you come back. But yeah,
he can
that
get
shit ain't
help.
happening in no month.
You don't gotta stay here for that shit. He can go get help if he wants to get help, but he ain't gonna change until you leave, because people will only do what you allow them to do. It's like if I'm a serial cheater, I'm gonna keep cheating until you leave. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I'm gonna keep.
Oh my God.
That's what it is though. Like you got,
right.
like I said,
right.
You got
what's my man? Tristan who and Courtney Kardashian.
Tristan Thompson. I'm gonna keep cheating.
That was my
until
question to you. Like, how much time do you put into a person where you realize, okay, this person is not changing. It's time for me to get out.
I mean, for me,
the third time you go upside your head, he ain't changing.
The first time they go upside your head, get the fuck out of there. You know what I'm saying?
The
second time, press charges. That's it.
That's it. If you want to get real with it, the first, like Hamid said earlier, if you did it once, it ain't the first time doing it, he's gonna keep doing it.
Exactly.
So honestly, the first time he do it, okay, nigga, you something wrong with you, I got to go.
Right.
But there's no reason for women to be in, women and men, because men are in abusive relationships too.
Abuse too, yeah.
To be in relationships for years, for that to be happening. Like at this point, like you a volunteer now, shit. Like that's your number routine. You look forward to that shit.
So I have a question for the ladies. Question for the ladies. If I call the police on your abusive partner, am I a fucking hater? Am I a piece of shit?
Yeah, you're wrong.
Am I wrong? How the fuck am I wrong?
Sadira, what you go first? I went first the last time.
How am I wrong?
Please explain that one.
It's a crime. I'm reporting a crime.
Because I'm snitching.
Get stitches.
If you come to me and tell me, I'm telling.
So Sadira, am I wrong for calling the police on someone's abusive partner?
Yes and no. It's a sensitive situation. And no matter what anyone, unfortunately, no matter what anyone on the outside does, whatever the woman decides is what is going to happen. So at the end of the day, that woman has to be like, all right, yes, I'm done. I'm tired of putting up with this. But if they turn around and go back, you can call the cops all day. And if she don't want this, if she don't want it to stop, it's not going to stop.
And that's how women end up fucking dead.
Yes, I agree.
And those other females, I don't have sympathy for.
And then so if you don't want us to support you, how the hell are we supposed to support you in those situations? If you don't want us to do the basic function of putting you in a safe situation, because you said it's about, do you want to live or do you want to die? Men are not emotional. We're like, this person is going to get killed. We have to make sure they're safe because men protect, right? So if we're trying to protect you and you will not allow us to do our job of protecting you, how can Black men ever protect Black women when you will not allow us to protect you?
You have to get in her head because, like I said before, when these people, women and men, are in abusive relationships, it didn't start when you saw it. You feel what I'm saying? It starts mentally. So in order for you to help, that's where you have to start. You have to start with the mental building. You have to build her up mentally first to let her know that she's strong enough to get out. Because a lot of women, I was told by a woman, he's stronger than me. I said, you cannot believe that. You know what I mean? I said, because at the end of the day, it's mental. Your physical strength is as strong as your mental. If you're weak-minded, then yeah, he's going to continue to whoop your ass. But if you build yourself up mentally and tell yourself enough is enough and that you're worth more than what you're getting today out of your relationship, then you get out. But you calling the cops just makes it worse.
I think
really does.
I'm snitching.
From what I've seen too, because I had a good friend go through, it's like with ladies, because no matter how I could say, yo, you need to leave that motherfucker. Yo, you really need to leave. And he was doing wild shit. I think it wasn't until she saw that she had some resources. It's like taking that fucking step. It's like it's like I could leave, but then where the fuck do I go? Where do my kids go? Blase. But then it was like, yo, call this fucking hotline, talk to these people. Oh shit, I got resources. And then it made it easier for her to take that first step. Yeah, that's what I saw anyway.
Yeah.
All right. And so I'll leave it with this. Because there's if you are in an abusive relationship, I know we're sitting here talking about it kind of lightly, kind of openly, because we've all each been in that kind of situation. There are hundreds and thousands of resources for people in abusive relationships, from shelters to funds that will actually pay you to get back on your feet, job training, childcare, all types of things like that. So please use them. You know, if you are in an abusive relationship, use your resources, use your friends, use your family, accept the help. And you have to be open to admitting that you are a victim. And that's the biggest thing that I've seen, is that, you know, I say it'll never happen to me. People don't want to admit that they're a victim. But if you are being if you're being sexually abused, you're being physically abused, it's a power thing. So you don't have the power to stop something, but the power comes from your resources. So please lean on your resources, use your resources, reach out for help. You're not the only person going through this, and you have way more help and much more power available to you if you allow it, you know, to happen. But so we'll go ahead and segue from that abusive relationship to another toxic ass motherfucker named Kanye West, who is going through a pretty public divorce with his wife, his former wife, Kim Kardashian. And this motherfucker was just at a concert with Drake, changing the lyrics of his hit song Runaway, saying he wanted Kim to run back to him. And then little than 2 weeks later, he's out with actress Julia Fox doing a fucking photo shoot in their first date. All type of stupid shit. He bought the house across the street from her because he lost the house in the settlement. So he bought the house across the street. Yeah, which I think is pretty toxic. And he's out with his new girl, who's an actress. She's been in several rap videos. Also, she was in Uncut Gems and a couple other movies. Yeah, and to me, I'm not the biggest Kanye West fan. I think he's the ultimate hypocrite. This is a guy who just made a gospel album, claims he's a man of God, wants to have a church, and you're technically still married out here cavorting with another woman, but you're supposed to be a man of God and saved and all sanctified. What the fuck was Donda about? It was a fucking album and a rollout. It was meaningless, nothing. That's why I think Kanye West is a fucking scam artist, no different than fucking Creflo Dollar or goddamn Joe Osteen, you know. But so he's out here. You had Kim Kardashian, his quote unquote dream girl, had a family with her, made a fortune of money because of her. And now he's out here with a woman who just had a baby last year, who she claims the husband is a deadbeat. He's a private pilot from New York. And she was just on social media talking about he's a deadbeat. And that's who Kanye West chose after Kim. I see that as a huge fucking L. Also to have a photo shoot on your first or second date, you ain't even divorced yet, bro. And you out here parading this woman around in front of your kids, but you're mad that Kim was on a alleged date with Pete Davidson. I just think it's extremely toxic. I think it's extremely childish, super petty. It's the expected behavior that I expect from Kanye West because he doesn't have any strong men in his life, and the strong men that he has around him, he always turns on them. So your thoughts on Kanye West buying the house across the street from his ex-wife and basically wifing up some other dudes' baby moms?
Well, all
Petty.
right.
That's a petty move. That's a
He's
power move
a
right
hard
there.
yard too.
Yeah, I think that was a power move. Like, yo, you ain't leaving me. You don't leave me. I'm always gonna be there. You know, it ain't even like because you get to see your kids and whatnot. That'll be nothing. But that's like a flex, I think, and not a good flex anyway. That's just like I'm gonna always be around you. You can't leave me. I'm gonna be peeping through my windows on you with the telescope type shit. That's what I think. And then the girl, yeah, that's definitely
that happened to me.
Jesus.
Hey, we're gonna get to you.
Jesus.
But he moved across to the apartment.
God damn.
I went through some stuff. Stop laughing.
It's funny because you fucking went through it and you learned from it. But if you would have fucking listened, you wouldn't have went through it. So if you would have listened to me before you guys got married, before you guys even started fucking dating, I said don't ever date anybody light skinned from Long Branch.
Long Branch.
And listen to him.
Damn.
That's a red flag right there.
Oh my God.
And I said, don't date anybody in the fucking Navy, another red flag. Don't date anybody in my debt pool, another red flag. But no. Motherfuckers don't listen to Big Brother. But super
Why
toxic.
would they? That's just like daughters listening to their fathers. Why would you?
I don't even.
But see, and that's the
My daughter
problem.
better
Y'all need to listen. Like, men know what the fuck we talk about when it comes to other men.
Yeah,
You know what?
especially when
It's
it comes to other
crazy.
men.
For the short time that I had my dad, I did listen to my father, and my father was a complete asshole. He said what he meant, and he meant what he said all the time. Like, my dad was one of the realest men I've ever met in my life, and it changed my life, even though when I was younger, my mom kept me from my dad. And then we reconnected after I already had my first son. But then, like 4 years later, my dad passed away. But the 4 years that I had my dad, it felt like we picked up where we left off. Like he never missed a beat. Like, he always talked to me every day. We hung out every day. I spent a lot of time with my dad. And just in those short 4 years, even though I went 10 years without seeing my dad at all, it was like the education that he gave me on a man's perspective, I soaked it up like a sponge. It was crazy. It was crazy. He made sure I had a car. And like, this lady was walking down 3rd Avenue in Asbury. I'll never forget it. We were sitting on the porch just chilling. And she was walking down the 3rd Avenue by the church off of Grand. And she had one kid in a stroller and one kid on her side. And she was carrying another kid on her chest on one of them strap things. And my dad told me, yeah, facts. Mexican, but you know how they do. But my dad just looked at me and he said, see, that would never be you. He said, one thing you need to always make sure you have is a vehicle, because you have an already made family. At the time, it was me and my one son, my oldest son. And he said, don't ever do that. Always make sure you have a vehicle for you and your child. And see, just simple conversations like that, I soaked it up. And not one day have I ever walked after that.
That's a hell no.
Salute to dad. So Sadira, you have a dad and 2 brothers. What did you learn from us?
Not a goddamn thing. I'm just playing. I'm playing. I'm messing around.
She's like, God damn it, why did I come on to this?
No, right? No, I learned what not to do from y'all.
Yeah, I'm about to say
from Calvin, not from me. I was a good person.
Well, definitely from Calvin. TJ, you kind of flew under the radar for a little bit. I don't think you did too much crazy stuff, but yeah, definitely what not to do. From Daddy, I don't know. I don't use the word hate, but I highly disliked him for a very long time. But it was just because he was being a dad and doing what dads do. But now, I definitely understand why he did what he did, why he raised us the way he did. Some things may have been extreme, but I've learned to appreciate it. I still take a lot of things into consideration. Like you said, how a man is supposed to treat a woman, what a man's role is, all that fun stuff. He's still a little stubborn, and not open to, different personalities or whatever.
Because we're not with that fucking modern shit. That's why.
Yes, I understand that. He's very old school. Which is fine, be old school, but I'm not. So you either have to adjust or, have no say or opinion in whatever. If you're not willing to be open, then keep your opinions to yourself. But I like I said,
I'm about to turn to Bruce right now. Like,
yeah, but
like the
What,
fucking Matrix,
appreciate
Agent
it,
Smith
though.
just popping
I'm
out.
not
Like,
mad.
hey, Dara, I got a question. And it's like, what is it? Because I got daughters myself, and I'm learning. I'm good with one, not so good with the other. At that age that he's being a dad, and he's like, "Hey, go straight," and you like, "No, I want to go left," and then he's like, "Hey, if you go left, you're gonna fall off a fucking cliff, and if you're going right, there's a big ass hole that you're gonna fall in, and I'm gonna have to pull you out. So go straight." What is it? And I guess coming from a daughter,
I
dad
know the answer to that. I know the answer to that, and I'll give you.
I don't know. I'm trying to ask the question. What is it? What makes you say fuck that?
Here's the fucking answer, because women reject discipline.
You gonna have to let them fall off the cliff or fall in that hole.
Women reject discipline, and they love chaos, and that's a man's role, is to provide discipline. That has always been a man's role, and it doesn't mean controlling. It is simply guidance. Women nurture.
Yep.
Women nurture. Men provide guidance. That's it, right? And that's the leadership that a man does. But when a woman's young, they think they know better. Because women are smarter and they mature fast and blah 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 blah. And that's why you don't see a lot of women coaches. You see a few, but the majority of coaches are men, because men provide guidance, and men have no problem listening to another man give them direction and give them guidance. And that's the reason why women come into the military and they fucking do terrible the first few years, because they don't want to listen to someone telling them what to do, even when it's the right thing. And the same thing goes into the corporate world as well. When women get into the workplace and they don't want to listen to what a man has to say, even though it may be the right thing, because first you have to go along, and then you can find your own path after you start walking the path first. And that's what it is. Women reject discipline. Now, Sadira,
Dara, I was about to say thoughts, Dara.
Oh yeah, no. Like I said, you're gonna have to let her. Yeah, you're gonna have to let her fall off that cliff or fall into that hole, because outside of that, it's kind of, and I don't like to talk. I don't want to talk bad about women, but we have to go through it.
The truth is the truth.
I know, yeah, yeah. But we have to go through it, because, like you said, we kind of think we know what's going on and all the other stuff. We have to go through it to come back and say, "Damn, I should have listened." Like, why the heck did I do
that's
that?
my thing.
Like,
don't go through it and then come to me and complain about the shit I just told you not to go through about.
Yeah.
And see, that's the disconnect, I guess, with me and a lot of females, because my dad was the complete opposite. With me not having him for the majority of my life, and especially through puberty, I only had my mom. So I was more rebellious with my mother than I was with my dad, because my dad came at a perfect time. Because I've learned through counseling, through psychology, that you gravitate to the same sex when you're smaller, but when you're smaller, you gravitate to the opposite sex, which is your dad. But when a girl is going through puberty, I'll say between the ages of 9 and 15-ish, then she gravitates more to the mom because she's more relatable. Okay. So of course, you're not going to listen to your dad when you're a teenager because he doesn't know what you're going through. The emotions, you know, your cycles, your, you know, different ways that you need to protect yourself, you know, and clean your body and all that kind of stuff. Your mother teaches you those things between the ages of 9 and 15-ish. Now, when I met up with my dad, I was 16 and I already had a child. So when my dad came in my life, he hit me at the perfect time because I'm already a mother. I'm past the needing my mom stage. I'm looking for guidance, and my mind is a little more mature than it was when I was a preteen. So everything that my father told me, I listened. And everything that he didn't tell me, I learned on my own. And I would go back to my dad, like, okay, why didn't you tell me that? Well, because it's a life lesson. Your parents can't teach you life lessons. That's something that you have to go through and be comfortable enough to come back to your parents to talk to them about it. Because at the end of the day, your mind matures every 5 years. So at that age, when I was 16 and I already had a child, my first thing in my mind is my child first, because I was an absentee kid. My dad was in jail. My mom was on drugs. I had nobody. Okay. So I taught myself a lot of things. So with that mindset, when my dad got out, I gravitated first thing to my dad. And that was easy for me. So all the lessons that he taught me were great because I was 16. I had my own apartment already. I had a kid and I was going to school. And my dad shut all that down. He said, no, first of all, you're 16. Yes, you had a kid, but you're still a kid yourself. So you're moving back with me. So I lived with my father until I finished high school. And I ended up graduating from the charter in South Belmar. I didn't go to Asbury. Again, why I never ran into Derek. But I graduated from the charter. And shortly after, I got pregnant with my younger son. So I had a choice to make. I could either go to college on my full scholarship that I bust my ass for and abort my kid, or have my kid and find a different avenue to still do what I want to do. You know what I mean? And my father helped me through that. And then a year later, he passed away. So that was pretty hard for me. I went back to doing what I knew best, being rebellious. I had a lot of anger, you know what I mean? And at that point, I felt like, you know, who the fuck cares about me now because my dad's gone, you know what I mean? So you have to think about when you were a teen and what you were going through at that moment. You think about it now as an adult because your mind has matured more. You're in a different mind state now. Now you can look back and say, oh yeah, I kind of fucked up there. You know what I mean? And you wouldn't do that as an adult, but shit happens. Yeah.
So I have a question. I have a question. So because a lot of times it seems like men are like the Achilles heel for women, right? And you guys always make these horrible decisions when it comes to men. What men in your life, or what is the reluctance of women to use the men in their life to vet the men that they want to deal with? Because back in the day, right, if I wanted to date you, I had to go to your dad. I had to go to your brothers. That was tradition, old school shit. Then, you know, the feminist movement came and y'all can do what y'all want and blah, 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 and y'all independent. And now, that's just the facts. That's just the facts.
Now y'all got fucking old baby daddies.
and now it's like, okay, you have men as a resource. Why not use the men in your life to vet these other? Because we use women. We'll talk to our women friends, our women relatives, our sisters, our moms about the women that we care about. I talk to mommy all the time. Or I'll be like, Sadira, I talk to you all the time. I'm like, yo, this is what I'm dating. This is what I'm going through. What you think? And I take y'all, I take you guys, I take your opinion I take it to heart because you know women. And that's what men do. Boys do that same shit. We'll go tell our mom about a girl we like, ask how to impress her, ask what we should do. Boys do that. Women used to do that. And then they stopped after the feminist movement. And now you see the increase in single parent households, women not getting married, things like that. It's because they stopped doing that. So what's the reluctance of using the men in your life as a resource to vet men that are interested in you? Sadira, we'll start with you. Sadira, we'll start with you. Because you ain't bring Brian to me. Because you ain't bring Brian to me.
He say bring it to me.
No.
Hey, Lee about to go in.
You already know. You already know.
I'm gonna refill my drink, but you ain't bring Brian to me.
Yeah.
All right.
First of all, he's not supposed to be mentioning names. But no, I went through mommy first.
She made that
I'm gonna reach. I'm gonna feel. I'm listening. I'm feeling my.
Edit point.
Oh my God, so it's gonna come out sooner or later. But I'm sorry. I'm just a very
shit 2 years later, like,
person.
oh my God, the signs were there. The signs of my demise were there the whole time.
No, mommy's usually the first to know. And you know, I take everything she says into consideration, and there was nothing bad, no real concerns. But that's why, you know, the holidays came around, and you know, we had the sibling meet and greet and experience there that didn't go so well because of some alcohol-induced siblings. But no, I mean, y'all got the feel. I mean, and honestly, he was the only one since me being married that I've been serious with. So, you know, there's the vetting. It has happened.
Because I mean, even with our other sister Yanni, right? Like, because I mean, I'm the motherfucker that steps in and intervenes. I'm the person that's always overstepping the boundaries. I'm a habitual line stepper. I'm like Rick James when it comes to people dating my sisters. I mean, with you guys, I shit. If I'm saying names, goddammit. So shout out to my boy Sheldon. When you were dating Sheldon, I had many a conversation with Sheldon. We used to take him to the basketball court and fuck him up. You know what I'm saying? We would take him to the open run basketball court. You know what I'm talking about, Jamal? Where you could go play basketball at.
And up in Ocean, the one in Ocean.
Yep. And me
by the mall, by the old school.
Yep. Yeah. Me, Mike
oh
B.
my
Gordon,
God.
took him up there, played basketball with him, fucked his ass up a couple times. I used to invite Sheldon to do shit and talk to him about that because I'm like, yo, listen, you date my sister, bro. This will come with it. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't do right by her, I'm gonna fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? And Sheldon ain't a little dude. You know what I'm saying? He bigger than me. But it's like, yo, I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna fuck you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. And I've been that person that's tried to step in with Sadira, you know, I was trying to step in with every situation. Even with Yanni, I sent her husband a menacing ass email and threatened to come to South Carolina and do something to him because he didn't fucking check in with me to date her. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a habitual line stepper. Shout out to my boy. Hey, Derek, can you hear me, Derek?
Blink twice if you need help, Bo. Blink twice.
Hey, Derek, can you hear me, Derek?
Hey, Bo, if you need help, man, blink twice.
I got to be honest, bro. Every time Aileen comes on here, she talks about you so much and makes me fall in love with you all over again.
Because I'm the best thing that ever happened for her. That's why.
Oh, talk that talk.
Talk that talk.
Talk that talk.
Talk that fucking talk.
Terrible.
But yeah, and so Calvin.
Yo.
So you have daughters.
Mm-hmm.
When do you fucking grab them in a fucking headlock and say, yo, you don't get to date nobody unless I meet them? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we already started doing that. We already have that instance recently. For the first time, tried to have the youngster come through and because he pick her up. And I was like, no, he can come over here. We can meet him. He could sit down.
You come by this fire pit, little dude.
Yeah. Y'all can sit on the couch. There's some nice days out there. Y'all can spend some time. And you come over here. We already said, we knew that from the jump. We already said ain't gonna be none of that. They definitely gonna have to spend some time over here. And and then I also got it from one of my guys too, because I was asking him, because he's got a daughter around the same age. And he lives all the way on the other side, and his daughter's boyfriend goes to school on my side of town. And I'm like, he said something in the shop, like, yeah, I'm dropping my daughter off at her boyfriend's house. And I looked at him like, what? And then it was crazy. It sounded crazy, but then he said, whoa, I ain't giving it up like that. I've already met this kid's parents. This kid spent numerous times at my house. And then I've spent time at his house. And then we got the parents together and we sat down and we got on the same page. And he said, yo, we laid out rules, like ain't gonna be no open doors type shit. Y'all gonna sit down here in this game room and chill out, blase. Y'all can go on assisted dates. So I was like, that should make sense. So immediately I started doing that. And then, like I said, when the first one popped up, it was like, he can come over here. We can meet him.
I'll be Calvin the chaperone and shit.
Yo, I already said, yo, you remember?
Go ahead and do that, Calvin. I'm doing the same shit. When my daughter get of age of dating, yes, I'm taking you and I'm sitting right behind you in the movie theater. And when y'all go out to eat, I'm at the next table.
I'm a table, all that. I already know. You ever seen Den of Thieves when 50 brought the dude in the room? I already know I'm doing that. I already told at least 5 of my dudes, I said, yo, we're going to fuck this dude up, whoever he is, but he is going to know. I said, I'm on your ass. If I got to come looking for you, I'm on your ass. I'm going to have the guns out. I'm going to have the big homies right here. We're going to fuck you up. So I already know what I'm doing.
Yeah, my son's last girlfriend, I made her swallow a Plan B pill in front of me.
Word.
I don't play them games.
Okay, because that's where I was going next.
Your son was like, yes, I get to go raw tonight.
Right, and they did.
Oh, he did. He enjoyed
it. He got caught by her mother. He got caught by her mother.
My bad, Eileen. You said your son's girl, you brought her over and said, pop this shit.
No, I went to her house.
And said, pop this shit.
Fact.
Okay, that's all right. That's what I'm talking about.
I feel less crazy now. God damn it, man.
I
feel less crazy now.
Because I stress enough to my boys about using condoms. I stress to them enough about using condoms. I said, protect yourself. You're not ready to have a child, protect yourself. I said, you're too young. You haven't experienced life. You're not even mature enough to clean your fucking room without me telling you to. So you damn sure are not mature enough to have a child. So
absolutely
you need to protect yourself. So he was at her house, which her parents let him go in the room and they behind closed doors. Okay, what do you think is happening? You know, you let your daughter's boyfriend stay at your house every day, 24/7. Are you freaking kidding me?
He over there fucking.
He said, Mom, could you come pick me up? So she said, that's kind of early. What's going on? He said, I'll talk about it when you pick me up. He said,
I'm already bust off, ready to go.
Yeah. So I did the same thing. I met the parents, every parent or every friend or girlfriend that my boys ever had. I knew their parents. We did the meeting. We did all of that, but you're not going to stop teenagers from fucking. I don't care who you are. So I'm a realist. So I told her parents from RIP, I said, I'm nobody's grandmother. I'm 35 years old. We're not doing that. So my son will make sure that he protects himself. And I suggest that you protect your daughter, because if she's strong enough to have a boyfriend, that tells me she's ready for sex.
Yeah.
Because you have to know, you have to be real to yourself. Know what's coming after that. If they have a boyfriend at whatever age, eventually sex happens next.
Yeah.
It's coming. So you need to protect your child. Put them on birth control immediately, like last month. You know what I'm saying? And I was always a big advocate with that. And I have the boy, so I have it a little more easier than you guys having the girls. But at the same time, I was always real with the parents. I said, put your daughter on birth control because I know my son. Eventually, they're going to have sex, whether you know it or not. They can go down the street and find a barn, and boom, 2 minutes, they done.
Kids
You
is,
feel what I'm saying?
they fucking under the bleachers over here. They're crazy.
Listen, this is what I'm saying.
Kids is
So
wild.
I explained this to this girl's parents. Okay. So her mom had my number. So when my son called me to pick him up, I'm looking at Derek. He's looking at me. So I'm yin, he's yang. So he always talks me off of a ledge. Okay. So I said, babe, come with me because I feel like there's some fuck shit and I'm gonna lose it.
It was literally some fuck shit.
So we get to pick him up. He's at the stop sign down the street around the corner from the girl's house. So he gets in the car and I'm like, what's going on? So he gives us his version of the story. So when we get to the girl's house, the mom tells us that she literally caught them in action, like pants down, all of it.
True.
Had it bent over the bed.
Yeah, but she told us that before you picked them up.
I was on the phone with her while we was driving over there. Yeah.
So as she picked them up, she was like, "I know you had condoms and everything, right?" He was like, "No."
I said, "Oh, we take this to Walmart."
That's what I'm talking about. Tell them real niggas go wrong. That's what I'm talking about.
No, you have to be fucking that only applies if you can do your own taxes. If you cannot go wrong, you can't do your own fucking 1090. You know what I'm saying? So,
So I told
you
him,
don't have
I said,
single payer health care, you cannot go wrong. That's the new law. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely. I said, we're taking a trip to Walmart and I want my money. I made him pay for it and everything.
Oh
he
my
bought a
God.
box of condoms and a Plan B pill. Yes,
Plan
he
B
did.
is like $50 too,
That's
man.
what's up. Mom's is a G, boy.
It is.
Sadira, you gonna have them Plan Bs on deck?
On deck.
That won't be happening.
All right, you going on birth control though, right? You putting your daughter on birth control, though, right?
Probably, yeah. Most likely.
Yeah, because I'm saying right now, because
I suggest the Plan B pill was just because I knew they did the do without protecting themselves. So I said, you know what? You about to come outside with a cup of water and swallow this pill real quick, or I'm gonna choke you. Period.
you like lift your tongue up.
I was not playing at all.
That's fucking crazy. That's
But
what's
her
up,
parents,
though, man. I respect that.
Her parents didn't say nothing. Like her parents didn't object or nothing like that.
No, her mother bought her outside with a cup of water.
Okay, that's what's up.
She knew her daughter be getting it in.
Yo, if the tongue was lifted up, they wouldn't have needed a Plan B in the first place.
Yeah, facts.
There you go, Bo.
Because at the time, my son was 17. This girl was 15.
Okay, yeah.
So you tell me what you want to do. You want your daughter, exactly. You want your daughter to swallow this pill, or you want a baby running around here for the next 18 years. Because like I said, I had this conversation with y'all when I met y'all. Put your daughter on birth control because at the end of the day, I have an obligation to protect my son. So
I put
it is what it is.
So I have a question. Because I know recently rapper, hip hop legend, member of the Dipset, Jim Jones, was on a podcast with Angela Yee, and he talked about how his mom taught him how to tongue kiss and said that she showed him physically how to tongue kiss with her tongue, which I thought was absolutely disgusting, but also hilarious.
That's some movie 43 shit. Remember that?
Yeah, well
that's some nasty shit.
She was a young mom. She was a young mom, so she didn't have, she wasn't like really mature enough. That was like a little weird. But she said that she taught him how to tongue kiss, and apparently that's like a common thing for like young moms to be like a little bit more physical with their boys. And what it made me think is like, hey, what did your parents really teach you about sex, right? And we've talked about this on the podcast a little with the fellas. Like, we didn't get taught shit about sex by our parents. So that now that we have, two women on the show, like my parents didn't teach me shit about sex. Calvin, you knew about
Obviously,
you taught me about sex, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, did your parents, like, is it weird for your parents to give you pointers on sex?
Yes, it's fucking disgusting. And I say that.
Hold on. Define pointers.
The divine pointers.
So I'm gonna tell you. Okay, just like from the last topic that we just left from, the reason why women don't go to men for advice nowadays like they used to and back in the day is because these modern men are simps. They're yes men. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest problem, in my opinion. Now, when it falls into teaching your kids about sex, that's where the fathers come in. Because I tell my boys, I don't know how many times, I'm a female. There's certain things I cannot teach you. So I went out of my way to make sure my boys always had their dad in their lives, their grandfather in their lives, uncles, older men that were a good influence, not so good influence, but had a positive
You get both
mind.
sides.
Yeah.
But had a positive mind to teach them what I couldn't, because I always stress to my boys, I can only teach you how to be a good human being. I can't teach you how to be a man, and I cannot teach you what to do, how to do, where to do with sex, because I'm not a man. So what she did with her son, that's fucking disgusting. Because
Now what was the now did she say she fucking like she kissed
Tongue
him?
kissed him, yes.
Like literally tongue kiss, like literally kiss. Like that's
Yeah, because she was on IG Live saying, yeah, I was a young mother and I showed my son how to physically tongue kiss. Like I kissed him and showed him how to use the tongue. And I thought it was gross as fuck.
That is kind of wild.
I thought it was hilarious, but also great content. But from that, when you look at like that era, which was like the early 80s, where it was like fucking wild, that was pretty common. You know what I'm saying? And
I don't know, that's some wild shit, B.
Yeah,
I mean, no, because
that's some extra.
It's wild and it's common, but it's fucked up because a lot of these females did some shit to boys that over sexualize boys, and then when they do foul shit, they have to pay for that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When the shit needs to be addressed. Because a lot of the mothers did some, you know what I mean? That's fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, moms, babysitters, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And when men talk about it, it's like, oh, you
the man because you the man because you fucked your babysitter. She was 17 and you was 8. Nah, that's not normal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not.
Yeah, and if you say something about it, it's like, like you got a nut, didn't you? Like it's like you didn't get abused. It's like, nah, nigga, what the fuck? I'm wearing Scooby-Doo drawers, motherfucker. Like shit.
Yeah, I don't even know what just happened. It feels slippery.
You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking shooting out puppy water, bro. What the fuck?
That is so disgusting. But it also falls in line with, well, the way I was raised anyway. If the father or if the male role model that you have in your children's life, if they're disciplining your kids, yelling at them, telling them that they're wrong, you shut the fuck up. Like a lot of women, no, that's my child. You're not talking to my son like that. Okay, and that's why your son grows up to be very feminine. Or
so now you stepped into a topic that I believe you know. Okay, I kind of want to talk about, but I'll let y'all. Okay, so and so if I'm a guy and I'm involved with a woman that has a kid and I can't discipline the kid, why the fuck should I be with that woman? You know what I'm saying? Because for me, I'm like, yo, if you have a child, and because now I've been in that situation where I'm the disciplinarian, and then when it's time to give discipline, it's like, oh, don't talk to my daughter that way. You know what I'm saying? Or don't say that, don't say that to my child. And it's like, okay, well, I'm not just here to pay bills. I'm not just here to financially take care of this motherfucker.
You can't have me do all of dad shit, but not that when it comes to being a dad.
Without doing the most important job of the fucking dad, which is play dad, be a disciplinarian. Like I'm not here to be your friend. I'm not like you're gonna have me do the homework, pay the bills, do all this fucking bullshit, but I can't fucking discipline this kid. And I'm not a spanker. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, you gonna go to your room, you're gonna be grounded. You're not gonna fucking talk to your mom this way, shit like that. And it's something that a lot of men we fucking end up in these situations where we get involved with a woman that has a kid, and it's like we can't even do the fucking job of disciplining the kid. Because it's like don't, because men we're the opposite way. We're like, yo, if you want to be with us and I got a kid, you better come in here and play mom. Because it's like, yo, it's like imagine if I have a daughter, right? And I have a lovely daughter, very
Oh
affectionate,
yeah,
very
she's so
kind,
cute. Oh my God.
very cute. She loves people, right? And it's like, yo, imagine somebody dating me, right? And I'm like, hey, you can make her fucking dinner, you can fucking iron her clothes, you can do all the mommy shit, but you can never hug her, you can never kiss her. You can never give her affection. That is the same thing as telling the man that he can't discipline the kid, is telling the mom that she can't nurture the child. You know what I'm saying? And that would be fucked up for a man to say to a woman that's coming into his life and being a stepmom. But that's normalized for a man going into a woman's situation when she has a kid. So just your thoughts on that. And you
No, real quick though, but to what you just said, Meech, that is why before I met my wife, I would never date a girl with kids for that reason alone.
And see, and that's a big thing. And I want to hear what Sadira has to say so bad, as another female perspective. Because with me, I stayed single for 6 years because I wasn't ready for all of that. I already had 2 boys before I turned 21. You feel what I'm saying? And I was on birth control and stayed with the same 2, and I'm fucking 38. Okay, so let's put that out there.
What up, man?
So the way that I approached Bone was, we took it slow. We did a long distance relationship for our first 3 years together. And then I had a conversation. I remember that phase. Yes. I had a conversation with my kids first before he even moved here, because my father always told me, I have an already made family. Whoever comes in is an addition. So once my kids got a certain age, I was ready for a relationship. So when Bone moved in, him and my younger son, they hated each other. Well, not hate, but my youngest son very much disliked him. Mm-hmm. Let's just say he stepped on his door.
The feelings mutual.
For real. So we were all out like, fuck the kids. Facts. I'm telling you, it was crazy because we were all out one day, for example, and my younger son, he was being a little prick. And he steps on Derek's shoe. So he's like, hey, watch yourself.
That's the exclusive.
So I'm telling you.
He turned around, looked at me, and stomped on him again. I'm like,
oh, still, hell no.
Oh, yeah, so he tried to set it up.
When I tried to wipe the dirt off it, it wouldn't come off. I just flipped out and I slapped him right in his gut. Wow.
You gave him a Ric Flair shot.
Hey, Bone. There you go, Bone. Good job, Bone.
Good job, Bone. But the dirt wouldn't come off I had the penny. I had to figure out a way. But that nigga right in his shit. Wow.
But that's my point. I know cause and effect.
Yeah.
He was the cause of Derek's effect. So I knew Derek wasn't gonna haul off and like just smack the shit out of him in the face, turn him around and he fall down. You know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy. So when he did that, my son just looked at me like, bitch, ain't you gonna do something? No. Keep walking because you did what you did. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. So, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a different person.
So Sadira?
No, it was different. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I mean to cut you off, but no, because she asked Sadira a question because she wanted her opinion on the situation.
Go ahead. Yeah, so Sadira,
I do. As a woman with a kid, the man coming into your life are they allowed to be a disciplinarian?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so what is the limit if the man in your life had to spank your child for something? Not that your daughter ever needs a spanking. Not that your daughter would ever need a spanking.
No, she need her ass beat.
Oh my God, or just like you need to pluck her in the hand or something like that. Your daughter's grown as fuck, dude. Like, so she's kind of past that stage, like a little pluck or a pinch or something like that. So in what ways can the man that you're with discipline your kid?
So yeah, like I said, we don't do spankings. I've only had to pluck her maybe once or twice, but most of the time it's a conversation, it's a discussion. This is why you shouldn't do this. There's been instances where, like she said, she grown, and she'll come out her mouth and say something like real crazy, and he'll step in immediately and be like, hey, like that's your mother you talking to, like what are you doing? Like, that's not what you're supposed to do. So, and I have absolutely no issue with that. There are times that I actually step back, just because I don't always want to be the disciplinarian. I don't want to be the bad guy.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
So there are times that I will sit back and, you know, if I've just had it for the day and she's off the chain, he'll step in and he'll be like, look, you know, chill out, or you don't need to be doing this, or whatever. And I'm okay with that. Like I said, there's no spankings in here. We don't put hands on each other, none of that. So, but it's always a discussion about what you're doing, why it's wrong, what you need to change, whatever. And that's fine. I'm fine with that. And then, you know, he'll even go as far as, you know, if I left the house and had to do an errand and something happened, he'll tell me when I come back. But I trust him enough to know that he's not going to do anything crazy. So,
exactly.
And like I said, and he always tells me when I come back. So,
hey, Karam.
So we got somebody joining us, and no, it's not Derek Jackson joining us from his car. It is the fucking cool professor, aka the Wave God, aka the creator, owner, CEO of Official Head Crack headwear for men and women.
That nigga named Silk.
That nigga, hey,
Silk.
listen. So my man, because we're talking about disciplining kids, and I mean, you work with a million kids, and you have to step in, discipline a lot of kids. So you can give us a little inside information. Can you tell a difference in kids that don't have a man in the house discipline them versus kids that do have a man discipline them as a teacher?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this is not, of course, there's exceptions to every rule. So I don't want to say that, you know, all of the ones without a male presence, they're just unruly and running around crazy, because that's not true. But for the most part, you can tell. Luckily, I'm in the South where they give you permission to bust their children's ass.
Even they're like Mr. West.
A lot of parents gave me the green light, man. I'm just not gonna do it though. I ain't gonna do that.
That's all right. That's
a nice good talking to about the issue, why it's wrong. That's enough.
I feel you.
With children, make sure they know they disappointed you. They'll never do that shit again.
Right. And just like Sadira said, it's a conversation that needs to be had first. You can't just go off and just crack the kid hours later and they don't even know why they're getting hit. My father taught me that too, because when my son was smaller and he used to do stuff during the day that awarded an ass whooping and my father didn't do it, when I came home, I would do it. But he said, he's like, you can't do that because they don't know why you're beating them. Like,
yeah, because at that point,
you can talk to him. You can be like, yo, you getting this ass whooping because
the discipline has to be. The discipline has to be immediate. The discipline has to be immediate. The correction has to be immediate. Because kids are like goldfish, bro. They don't fucking remember shit. So it's like, yeah, I drew all on the wrongs, but that was last week, nigga. You know
right. That was like yesterday.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. So you can't put ass whoopings in the bank for the kids. It has to be immediate, and they have to know exactly, you know, hey, you can't do this. And then that's it. And then just go back to, you know, that's, you know, one of the things I've learned in parenting classes and psychology classes like that. The correction has to be immediate, or you can't do it. Because they don't forgot.
Yeah.
They're goldfish.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see,
and also, if you have more than one, you got to do the same thing for everybody.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And that is a problem.
Kids are the first ones to point out if some shit is unfair, man.
Yep.
They are, but you know what I tell mine? Life isn't fair. In my opinion, you know, when you're dealing with kids with different personalities, you cannot set the same punishment for every child when you're a parent. Now, I can see that when you're in school, yes. If you're a teacher, yes. But at home, you can't do that because not all children are the same. So
yeah, different things work for different kids. I agree. And so, and I don't think every kid needs to be spanked or beat. But every kid does need to be disciplined. And it's like, hey, if you fucking talk back to your mom, you're losing all electronics right now, motherfucker. Not later, right now. Go to your fucking room. I'm taking the light bulb out the fucking light. You're gonna sit in the darkness and fucking suffer. That's me though. You know what I'm saying?
And Derek used to always say, that I always did the point system with my kids. Like 3 strikes you out. You know what I'm saying? If you do stuff at home, I'd be like, all right, that's strike 1. You know what I'm saying? You got 2 more. But with the school, if the school called me, oh, that's an automatic ass whooping because now you're wasting my time. Because every night at dinner time, I always ask my kids, like, how was your day? Good or bad? If you don't tell me right then and there, and I get a phone call from the school before you told me what happened, oh, that's an ass whooping all day.
Okay. So I got a question. So I got a question. And we'll start with the fellows. We'll start with Karim first because you just joined us. How do you let your boy know he's dating a bird? And by bird, I mean like a deadbeat mom or a woman that's just not fit, right? And then for the women, I'll ask you guys, how do you let your girls know that they're dating a scrub? You know what I'm saying? And we'll start with Karim and then go to Sadira. And then Jamal, you'll come in third.
How do you let your boy know that he's dating someone, an unsavory character?
Or have you ever had to let somebody know that?
Yeah. I just told him straight up, man, like, yo, she ain't it, man. If you want to do what you want to do, then get out, then that's fine. But even then, that ain't work for them at this age, man. So I just tell him, like, just don't waste your time, man. She ain't it. She might look good. You don't want that headache, man. Some people listen, others don't. And the thing with guys, a lot of times they'll think that you trying to weasel your way in by telling him not to do it.
Facts. Trying to dirty Mac.
Yeah.
Like, yo, if I gotta backdoor you to get that, I don't want it. Nah. Like, but you know, when you get older again, you know, ain't nobody on that type of time, man. But I just tell them straight up, like, nah, she not it. You want to deal with that headache? Go ahead. I don't say nothing bad about her. Like, man, she dirt now. I don't do all that. Usually he'll find out about that through interaction anyway.
I guess it depends on also what the nature. If he's just dating for fun, or if he's like, yo, I'm head over heels about shorty. Like, nah, man, you can do better. You can do better.
All right, so Sadira, so how do you tell your girls that they're dating a scrub? And have you had to do that before?
I haven't had to do it.
Hold up. Here's where I got to throw the flag, because if you said you had women friends dating motherfuckers that were abusive, how the fuck did you not tell them that they were dating pieces of shit?
So first of all, that one individual that I had that conversation with, that was after she was already going through stuff. And we just happened to go to brunch together and had a little heart-to-heart to talk about stuff. And that's when I found out about it.
And that's usually how it works. When you first meet them, they don't show you that person.
Yeah. So
you can't just look at a dude and be like, this nigga ain't shit.
God
No.
can.
Because we can.
Oh, yeah.
We can.
God can.
I mean, I didn't know her, and I met her through work, so it wasn't like a personal friendship. It was a work friendship,
right?
And we worked in different departments, and so it wasn't until we started working together that I actually got to know her a little bit more. We hung out or whatever. But look, I notarized her divorce papers. That's how close we got. So I walked her through it, gave her the website. It costs $89 to file for divorce in Virginia.
Divorce is cheap. That's where I got divorced at.
So no, I helped her out and told her to get out of that mess that she was in. We went through the whole thing, but outside of her, I haven't had to tell anyone that they were dating a crap person. I only have, if I can count on one hand, maybe 2 people I can actually call a friend.
Oh my God. You women and your lack of fucking adult friendships. That shit is disgusting.
She's 49 years old. She's a grown woman. She got 2 grown kids.
That means you need friends because you got 2 grown ass fucking
and we
kids.
met at work. Yeah. And then the other girl, we're the same age. She lives on the other side of town. We met up for brunch, but she doesn't date like that. So I haven't had to tell anybody that, but I don't have a problem doing it if I see it. So.
All right, so Aileen, you ever had to tell your friend that she's dating a scrub?
Huh? I thought you were going to Jamal.
I know, but I switched off on him because I just wanted to piss him off.
Listen, I'm co-host, man. I can't get mad, man. I'm co-host.
Yeah, I have had to tell friends that or associates that they're dating a guy that's not on their level. I did. I did have to tell, a few friends that the guy that they were dating wasn't it for them. But that's disastrous for women because just like Karim said, they could think that you want the dude, you know what I'm saying, for your own personal reasons, feelings, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's a sensitive thing, Me personally, I just try to steer clear from girl friends. Most of my friends are guys because girls, it's too much. It's too much drama. I'm not a girly girl, so I can't relate to anything they got going on anyway. And I want to say maybe 2 of my friends are married. So it's like me talking to you is pointless because we're living 2 different lives.
Yeah.
You're not relatable.
All right. So Jamal, have you ever had to tell one of your boys that they were dating a fucking bird?
I've actually had this situation where I had to tell one of my friends that guy friends, they was dating a piece of shit.
Okay.
And a girlfriend, a girl that I was cool with, that she was dating a piece of shit.
How'd that go over?
With the guy, it was like he wanted to listen but didn't want to listen, type deal. But like I didn't.
Kind of disappointed.
Well, no, it wasn't disappointed because he thought how Karim was saying that I was trying to, dirty Mac. And I'm like, look, I ain't going that route. I'm just trying to look out for you because, I don't want to see you get caught up in the bullshit. So when, after a while, he started listening and, looking for the signs. And then he realized, I wasn't on no bullshit. But with my female friend, I told her she ended up marrying the dude and it didn't work out. And I told her from the jump, like, yo, listen, are you sure this is what you want to do? Because as soon as certain shit happened, he going dead.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, it's not like that. No, listen, as soon as certain shit happens, this nigga is leaving you. Are you sure this is what you want to do? And as it played out when it happened, I'm not the I told you so type person, but when she called me and was like, yeah, blah blah, I'm like, I told you this was gonna happen. Like, this is why I asked you prior to if this is what you want to do. At the end of the day, it depends on the person. Like, they got to be willing to understand that you have their best interests at heart, and you're not doing this just because,
correct.
You know what I'm saying? You feel some type of way to what they got going on. Nah, I'm trying to look out for I'm trying to look out for your best interest. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you out to make sure you won't go through the bullshit.
I feel you.
But another thing is too with females, they don't want real friends. Just like they niggas, they want yes men.
I'm about to say they want yes
men. They
men.
don't want no
yes
friend
women,
that's wanna. Yeah, that's what they want. They want a friend that's gonna believe the bullshit or not believe it, but put on a facade that they do believe it. And Sadira, I don't know about you, but a lot of females that I've come across in my lifetime in Jersey and in Pennsylvania, these chicks, I'm telling you, they don't hang out with. This is what I'm saying. They don't hang out with me. Derek makes fun of me all the time because I don't have any female friends because I'm too real. You know what I mean? I had one girl that I knew, she had a whole baby and I saw it on social media. I'm like, damn, well, congratulations. And she calls me and she's like, I didn't tell you I was pregnant because I was scared to tell you. Why? I'm not the gay.
So the same girl that was going through her stuff that I helped with her divorce, in between that, and then her divorce, and she was dating some guy and whatever. So she was dating one guy, and I guess he had a girlfriend. And I think she was still married at the time, and she was seeing him. She purposely did not tell me because she knew I was going to get on her.
Yeah.
And she was like, I didn't want to say anything.
I'm saying.
See that.
And when she told me, I said, you know what? I said, you wrong. Because you sitting here complaining about your husband and all the stuff he did to you, and you sitting here doing the same thing, and she just did not want to hear it. But she didn't tell me purposely because I'm a real friend.
Yeah. That's the point. Your friends are there to hold you accountable for shit. That's
Facts.
date annual.
And Jamal, before I let Calvin talk about his experiences with all his soldiers trying to marry strippers, because that's my experience in the Navy,
Yes.
is that women, not all women, but women don't want to be judged, and they don't feel like anyone around them can judge them or hold them accountable. And that's one of the biggest problems that we have now. And it all goes back to discipline. Discipline is about being held accountable. And if you rebel against discipline, you rebel against accountability. So I know because men, when men are fucking up, men will sit men down and say, hey, you are fucking up. Like, and I'm gonna leave it at that because I'm gonna go into my shit. But Calvin, you're in the Army.
Hold on with that.
In Fayetteville.
Hold on, T.
Oh,
You gotta say, what's the difference between feeling like being judged and being held accountable for your fuck shit? Because
no
a lot
difference.
of people get thank you. But see, that's what people think. They think when you call them on their bullshit, you're judging them. So if I say, oh, that dude that you thank you. So when I say, oh, I feel like the dude isn't right for you, you could do better. Oh, don't judge me on my relationship. Bitch, I'm not judging you. I'm just being real with you.
Hold up. Calvin, before you answer, Calvin, hold up, Karim. Your audio is horrible right now.
Don't worry, Karim. That was me 2 weeks ago.
So whatever you did to your audio, undo that shit. So you may have to reconnect. You put the earbuds in now, right? So you may got to reconnect.
I took them out.
That's perfect. Leave whatever you're doing right now. Leave it at that. All right. So Calvin, bro, Fayetteville, right off post. All them strip clubs.
Sharkies.
How many soldiers have tried to come to you with a fucking special request shit to marry a fucking stripper, bro?
I had one. I had one actually do that. He fell in love, and I'm like, "Where'd you meet at?" Yeah, he said, "I fell in love, Sergeant. Where'd you meet at?" Sharkies. This is when I was here, 05 to 2010. Sharkies, RIP Sharkies. Legends never die. That man, so many people went into that strip club, but yeah, we had to talk them down. And then out in Colorado, I would have to, they'd be ready to get married quick, 18, 19. Hey, Sergeant, I'm ready. Like, don't do that. You know her, you don't know nothing about her. And she wants to marry you conveniently when you're getting ready to deploy, when you're getting ready to come into your largest amount of money, and you won't be here. So I had to talk a couple of soldiers off the ledge. Wait a minute, wait till you get back and see how this goes. And you know, stuff like that. But yeah, we get them. Oh my God.
So have you ever had to tell one of your boys that, yo, you dating a bird or you dating a woman that you know is unsavory?
Unsavory. No, I haven't had to tell one like, yo, because like I said, for us, it's like, all right, what's the nature of this relationship? We know she's unsavory, so are we just doing unsavory things and we leaving it at that, or are you in love? If you're not in love, then continue on. We already know what she out here. And I think the closest was a chick that a girl dated one of my guys, or it was like we did a double date, and the girl that I was with had a fucking a panic attack, a bad trip. She got high and she had a bad trip. And then the girl that he was, the girl that he was with, she wasn't feeling them. And she was bold enough to say, hey, I'm not really feeling your boy, I'm feeling you. And so we dropped the bad trip off. And then we went to drop her off. And I said, as we dropped her, I said, Johnny, and Johnny's long gone, so I ain't worried about names and shit. Johnny,
damn, R.I.P. Johnny.
You. He not dead. He not dead. He just
dead to me.
Oh, damn.
Nah, he just went underground. That's my man. But yeah, I said, yo, she's not feeling you, and she told me, and she seems decent. I said, would you mind? You mad if I go at it? And he's like, no.
Oh,
okay, game on.
No,
we didn't do nothing. This is first date. This is first date. Nothing had, no lines have been crossed.
Listen,
no
man,
lines. This is like, that's not so. This is double date first
that's
date.
Still touchy, though. That's still touchy.
This nigga over here like Ralph Tresvant and shit, man. What the fuck, man?
you need a man with sensitivity.
Yeah, man. Like Joe. You know what I'm saying?
I did, because I told him right there. I said we drop her off, and I told him right there. I said, this is what she just came and told me. And it was he said, nah, go ahead. And he said, save me some headache. I was like, rock on.
Yeah,
And-
that's crazy, man.
But yeah. So for the question, yes, I have had
that's the shit, man. Do at least we ask before we go take that next step.
Yeah. I did. Now it'd have been foul if he would have seen me riding with her, or she coming to the bees and he see me riding with her. Like, Meech, what you doing? But I said,
Shorty at the army ball and shit with you, bro. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, man. Like, I've been out. I did 20 years in the military, man, and a lot of that was in the role as a chief. And as a chief, you see a lot of wild shit. So everybody that's in the military, that's in the Navy, especially, you can relate to this shit. If you've ever been to Guam, Guam is like the home of the fucking strip clubs when you deploy in the Navy. And every fucking time we pulled into Guam, there was always somebody from my division trying to marry one of these strippers from Guam. You know what I'm saying? Every time. And Sadira, you were in the Navy, so you know motherfuckers be marrying these Guam strippers because you're in San Diego and them motherfuckers go to Guam. And do they not try to marry strippers all the fucking time? It ain't snitching. You out now, so you can talk about it.
No,
you know what I'm saying? And so you probably don't.
She know a couple.
Hold up. She quiet. Hold on. She quiet. Hey, did Brian marry a stripper? Is that what you being quiet about?
No. He went to Korea, but no. He did not get dragged into that.
I'm joking. God. And so like, no, so cats in the Navy, like they'll go to a strip club, spend $1,000 on a chick and be trying to marry her. And all these women that are strippers, all they want is TRICARE and a fucking Honda Civic with air conditioning. So they're trying to fucking marry sailors. Bro, they're fucking go. Their requirements are low. It's like, yeah, I just want healthcare and access to the commissary for tax-free groceries.
The land of the big PX.
A Honda Civic with fucking air conditioning because they're trying to get off this island of Guam. And there a lot of times they're strippers from like other countries or other fucked up ass places, or they're from like the Midwest or like Oregon or some weird ass place on the West Coast. And they go to Guam, become strippers, and find a sailor and marry him. It happens to sailors, Marines all the time, and every fucking time. And I know my boy LeBron is listening. I know my boy LeBron is listening. We had a guy fucking try to miss ship's movement on the deployment to marry a goddamn stripper, and he bought this fucking request shit to us, and we fucking laughed, and it happened every time, and he still married her and brought her into fucking San Diego, and she ended up being fucking nuts, fucking mad dudes, couple dudes in the boat, things like that. And that has happened at every fucking command that I've been at in the Navy, is that somebody marries a goddamn stripper. You know what I'm saying? And I have sat people down many a times and had many interventions and said, hey man, this bitch is a whore. You're about to marry a whore.
God damn.
You know what I'm saying? I'm very open. I'm very honest about the shit, because men, just like Jamal said, men can spot them instantly. You know what I'm saying? So and it's like, if you bring the man you're dating around us, we can tell instantly what his intentions are. And is he a fucking good guy or not? And the first conversation we have, we fucking know. Ain't no goddamn you gonna figure out later. No, because you better give me who you are. And if you give me some bullshit, that's what I'm gonna hold you to, is your bullshit, because you only get one chance to make a first impression. I don't need to grow into you. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like with women, when you bring your woman around us and we're not feeling the vibe or we know some shit about her, we'll tell you. And I mean, Derek, Jamal, we have all had this conversation with someone that we all know about, someone that was unsavory, and they still did not heed the warnings, and then shit played out the way it played out. But it's like, men will sit there and do that, but then you're gonna do what you're gonna do. You're gonna learn your lesson. You know what I'm saying? But I do that shit because it's like, I'm not the shoulder that you want to cry on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm empathetic, but I'm not sympathetic. So while you're crying, I'm that motherfucker saying, I told you so. You know what I'm saying?
That's what Jamal said. A lot of people need real friends, and they don't get that. They don't want real friends, but you need real friends.
Real friends, you definitely gotta have.
And your real friends is going to really make you avoid some bullshit.
They're going to hold you accountable, and your real friends, sometimes they'll hurt your feelings, but it's out of love, because they'll tell you about you.
Yeah.
And that's why, it's like, when I'm going through some shit, I always come to the homies with it. Like, yo, am I bugging? Am I wilding? Am I moving too fast? Whatever. And motherfuckers will tell me like, yo, you acting like Joe Budden right now. Relax. You know what I'm saying? You flying too close to the sun, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn, every
I will
bitch you date,
say-
you gotta move in. What the fuck?
I will say that is one thing I got out of my failed marriage was I gained a voice. Because I decided that I was no longer going to stay quiet. I was going to say what was on my mind, and I'm not going to sit in the corner and back down. Because I remember one holiday, it was Thanksgiving, and you were somewhere, Tori.
I was doing whatever the fuck I was doing, being a scumbag.
Yeah, for a while.
Boycotting holidays.
You had a certain person, she who shall not be named, in your presence, while you had another person in your residence. And y'all called like it was just okay.
Oh!
Y'all called to say happy Thanksgiving like it was okay. And I refused to speak to you.
When was
because
this?
I said, hell no.
Hold up.
Nope. I said, hell no. I remember I was taking clothes out the dryer. And y'all was trying to talk to me. And I said, no, I'm not talking to him because what he's doing right now is wrong. And we're not doing this. So you have a happy Thanksgiving and tell her to have a happy birthday. And no.
I was wrong.
Oh my God.
I was wrong.
Yes, you were.
I was wrong.
Yes,
I admit that.
were.
I was 100% wrong. However,
I refused to talk to you that day. I remember.
This
was
happened.
taking clothes out the dryer.
This happened. Okay, in my defense, I was 100% wrong. However, the person that I was with, I was in an abusive relationship with. I was abused. I was physically abused. This is the same person that I had to fucking jump out of a window.
Told you, right? Then you should have left.
I did leave.
Yep.
I did
told me. After the fact.
Listen, I was weak. I was vulnerable.
Oh, I don't want to hear
I was weak.
I was vulnerable.
And I was vulnerable.
Because in all my
and I was wrong. I was wrong.
I never stepped out. I never cheated. I never did any of that. But here you are, booed up with somebody else.
I was wrong. I was 100% wrong. Listen, let me tell you right now. Listen, let me tell you right now.
I'm not talking to you.
I was 100% wrong for that, and I felt really guilty about that. And I wrote a very long letter about that, you know what I'm saying, after everything happened and shit like that. It's also, you know, one of the reasons why listen, I learned a lot from that. I was wilding. I was going through a lot, but I was wrong. And that is no excuse for what I did. I was 100% wrong. I was with somebody, had a living girlfriend, and I had somebody fly out to meet me on deployment. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I called my family, like everything was cool on Thanksgiving. And Sadira held me accountable. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I was 100% wrong. I am not making up an excuse. However, that relationship that I was in, the reason why I was in that place of vulnerability is because I was in an abusive relationship where someone would wake me up with a fucking stun gun. You know what I'm saying? So when somebody showed me a little kindness, she was a fucking cop. So when somebody showed me a little kindness,
that's deep.
You know what I'm saying? And a little bit of when I'm on deployment, you ain't got nobody.
Lonely.
You know what I'm saying? And the only person the person that you with like has physically assaulted you. You've had to fucking like jump out of your own window. You've had to call her commander to come get her because she has guns in the house and you're fucking scared, right? It's like, yo, I was in that because like, yo, my career, if I do something, I gotta leave. She can say anything and she's a fucking cop and I'll be the guilty one no matter what. So I'm like, yo, I gotta get out of here. And deployment was my escape because we broke up after I got back, you know what I'm saying? Because like she realized she was mad crazy, you know what I'm saying? She did mad wild shit, but you know, it took me cheating for her to realize that that's why it happened, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, and that's because she came from relationships where abuse was normal and she came from an abusive household, grew up in foster care, things like that. So she was used to all that conflict and every dude she dated was physically or verbally abusive. And I was a guy that wasn't. And I was trying to provide peace and be that sanctuary. But, you know, she was just so far gone to where it was like, nah, if I get mad, I'm going to hit you. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm going to fucking
like that hurt people shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, but see,
I
that's
was
the
wrong
thing.
though. I was wrong though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but at the same time, she was wrong starting a relationship and she wasn't ready. A lot of women,
I mean,
when you
you
go
know.
through trauma like that, you got to give yourself a freaking break. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
If you're not going to go through therapy and talk to someone about what you experienced and how you can move forward, then you need to spend some alone time with yourself. And many, I'll say 90% of women do not do that. They don't give themselves time to heal.
Yeah, you
from
gotta
what they've
heal. You gotta
been
heal.
through. Yeah.
Because that
So
next
you
person
bring
does
I
not
did.
deserve
baggage
to
and
put
that
up with that shit.
trauma.
Mhm.
Exactly. So you bring in baggage and trauma into another relationship and you wonder why you're being a repeat offender.
Yeah.
So you're going through similar situations because you're bringing the baggage to a new relationship.
100%.
So
100%.
you're thinking that you're seeing signs and it's really nothing, but you're seeing something there because you didn't get over your previous relationships
Yeah.
before you jumped into a new one.
And thank you, Sadira, for exposing my dirty laundry on my wildly popular
Well, I
podcast.
mean, you talk about me and my situation so much.
Hey,
you know, I figured I'd
listen,
bring
hold up,
it
hold up.
like-
Listen, I am not
You name
everybody.
names.
Everybody, no,
I know, right?
her name was Gloria. She does not listen to podcasts. I have a lot of love for her still. Beautiful person, amazing person. I apologize for all that shit later. You know what I'm saying? And you know, she didn't deserve what happened, even though shit was wild. No one deserves to get cheated on or nothing like that.
I
And,
like Gloria, even though she was crazy.
I liked her too, man. She could cook. That's why I gained like 50 fucking pounds dealing with her, because she intentionally got me fat because she was like, I don't want no other. There was so much psychological trauma, bro. I had to stop going to the gym. That's what I was doing. I'm doing like jujitsu and kickboxing full time in San Diego. I'm out there. My shit is popping. I get with her and she's like working out every fucking day. And she would get up every day, like 3 o'clock in the morning to go to the gym, work out. And I used to go to the gym in the evenings, and she was like, oh baby, you know, if you go to the gym at night, then I'm not going to see you because I get off my shift at 5 and I got to get up early. So if you go to the gym and don't get back till 7 or 8, I'm only going to have like 2 hours with you because I go to bed like 8:30, 9 o'clock. And my motherfucking dumbass, I don't see this as manipulation. I'm just like, oh, she really
She trying to
likes
make you
me.
weak, nigga.
She loves me.
No, and she was
trying to make
purposely
you weak.
trying
She
to
loves
fatten me
me.
up.
Yeah.
Purposely trying to fat. I mean, she could cook her ass off, bro. And she was cooking all goddamn time. And I went from 185 to 232. And I got chunky as fuck, looking like Carl Winslow.
All carbs. She hit you with all carbs.
And I went on deployment and started working out, getting all this attention from women. And then my ex-wife, we kind of after we got officially divorced, I was just like, well, I probably should have tried to make it work. And then I was like, well, I ain't doing shit on deployment. Let me try right now while I was still with someone. You know what I'm saying? And that was absolutely the wrong thing to do, right? But nah, man, that shit happens though, bro. That's life. I listen, that was Hampton. That was me on the Hampton, USS Hampton out of San Diego. Motherfuckers know I was a wild boy back then. I'm still a wild boy now. You know what I'm saying? But I was a wild boy then. And thank you, Sadir, for calling this shit out, because people need to fucking know. This is why it's called Cognac Stories, because we have all been through the wildest fucking shit ever. And I'm always down to share. Everybody, people that know me, they know I would tell you everything. Sometimes too fucking much, you know what I'm saying? But that's just me, man. But no, I'm like, people go through real shit. And that's like, when you're married, you kind of always try to make it work again. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of never fucking works. You know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of never works, right? Because I'm gonna take us, we talking about it now. And me, Sadira, you know me, my ego is so fucking huge. I'm a humble person, but my ego is so huge. So I will hold everything you did against you while we were not together. So if your body count is trash, you know what I'm saying? If I can't respect the people that you were with in between me, then it's never going to work. And that's essentially what happened. So there was like, I looked at my body count and my kill death ratio. I looked at my exes and I was like, this shit don't match up. You can't be on my squad. You know what I'm saying? We can't be in the same fire team. Like, I know dudes you smashed, and I don't respect them at all as men. So you took a step down from me. So this shit ain't gonna work either. So I ended up fucking up 2 relationships, you know what I'm saying, over me being immature and not ending a relationship prior to trying to make another one work. But yeah, man, listen, that's what life is about. So if you're in a relationship end fucking relationships before you start new ones. But that experience is why I end every relationship before starting a new one. And I'm gonna tell you right now, as soon as I see a flag, I let you know, or something I don't like, I let you know. After that, I let you go. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't fuck around because I know it's easy for me to get a new relationship started. I'm hot in these streets. I'm a hot commodity. As a man, if you can make a woman laugh and you could cook, you good. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
You're good.
speak on it.
Yeah, you're good. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, I can do both. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm never going to be without a partner or not sought after. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, I got to end this shit and I got to make it very clear. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what's up, man. So there, I'm going to fucking curse you out later. But no, so here's a question. Here's a question. How we'll fucking go away from this topic, go to something else, right? Your friend circle, do you look at your friend circle as a competition and motivation with regards to your goals in life?
Nope.
Yes.
Well, you have two friends, Sadira, so Jesus Christ. I'm not saying competition like I gotta be better than you, but it's like, yo, I want to be like, we all can be on the same level. We can all
like
up
still
each
sharp
other.
and still.
Yeah, it's like still, it's like, yo, this motherfucker's doing this. I'm kind of just stagnant in my shit. I can step my shit up a little bit. Just like, not like I got to be better than you, but it's like, yo, we all in the same group because similar energy attracts each other. So do you elevate your game when you see your friends elevating theirs as well?
I would think that would be the point of having those type of friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, your circle should be on the same path and at least striving for the same level as you. Otherwise, you're gonna have haters and haters.
And that's and that's the thing. Meech, you know, you always say you know we fuck with you when you said in the group chats, whatever, how you know you're proud of us and all other shit. But when I look at our circle of how we came up and how we all doing, like you want your friends that you actually cool with to be doing positive shit because that's gonna inspire you to do positive shit. You know what I'm saying? When one of your friends do something, you be like, damn, that nigga did that. That means I can go do that too. It's not like you're trying to be better than him or whatever. It's just that they're opening you up to things that you also can do in your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And as far as it's not really a competition thing, but you want your friends around you to level you up. If they don't, then you don't want to be around bum ass motherfuckers.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Oh yeah.
Like so you gonna want the people that's close to you. You gonna want them to be on some getting their right shit going. Because that's gonna help you get your right shit going. Because if you don't know how to do it, you have something to refer to find out how to do it.
And that whole thing, if you the smartest one in the room, then you need to reevaluate your friends because you can't really grow then unless you just chase you pushing yourself. But like you said, that steel sharpens steel. I got my man, one of my guys, youngster, he just got promoted. And I'm on the way out. He's on the way up. So he just made Sergeant First Class. And he pulled me aside. And he said, yo, Meech, he said, you know, we talk a lot, blase. And he was like, do you see an area? He asked me, this is like 5 a.m. He's like, do you see an area of improvement where I can do better?
Yeah.
And I looked for a second and, you know, like I said, I'm old head, he youngster, but this cat's been on his grind and I'm looking at his shit. I'm looking at all the shit that we talked about. And then I said, to be honest, nah, stay the course because you are actually motivating me. As far as this dude stayed in his books, he stayed on his grind when everybody else was out partying, this, that, and the other. I'm in this class. I'm doing this next class. And then you mess around and we start talking investments. This dude's been investing in this, that, and the other. So now, oh shit, we bouncing shit off each other. And then I think the one thing where I did say he could improve and he actually came back and said, hey, I want to, you know, I'd like to report to the congregation, you know, I'm making a better step was he was actually at the time that I met him. So it's about 2 years he's been going through a separation, but he would always hear me talk about, yo, me and mama going here, me and mama doing this, me and mama planning this, me and mama doing this. And he said, yo, I kind of like that. So he said, before I fully separate, I want to be 100% sure that it ain't gonna work. So he said, him and his old wife had some conversations and this, that, and the other, and they reevaluating their situation. They're going to try to make it work, but it was a mutual. It wasn't like he, like you say, like he sipping and I gotta.
It wasn't like Kanye.
Yeah, it wasn't no Kanye, but yeah. So yeah, in that aspect of it, I say it's like you said, not a competition, but still sharp and still. Like I was looking at this dude. He's a youngster, but he's motivating me to get back in school, hit the gym a little bit more, blase. And then he's looking at me like, damn, my man is doing a lot of wild shit, a lot of cool shit with his wife. And I don't think I've tried enough to be what my wife needed me to be. Let me try again. And then she was on the mutual shit. So like they mutually said, yo, we want to do it. So yeah, it's not a competition, but yeah, you want your friends on the same level or the same mindset. I'll leave it at that.
All right, so we got the power couple right there with the biggest backyard, Aileen and Derek. What's up with y'all?
We about to turn that damn backyard, half of it, into pavers, hopefully. But
What y'all doing? Because I got a nice little size, so I want to do some shit.
Listen, I want the whole 9 yards. It's going to cost us $20K, so we got to save up for that.
Yeah.
We got to save up for that.
I'm trying to cut less grass, man. I'm getting old.
Yeah. I feel you. Riding lawnmower.
See, everybody says that, but you got to store it, and neither one of us is willing to take our cars out of the garage.
You get the cover for it. You get a cover for it.
It's a separate shed. Mine is a shed.
Yeah, see, we would have to buy a shed for that.
Mm-hmm.
See, when we
build
first
one,
bought the
Derek.
house, you got to think. No, you got to think when we first bought the house, it was 2 teenagers. We were still in our right 30s, so it was nothing for us to push the lawnmower.
Yeah, that's exercise.
5 years later, yeah, I'm old now. So
40, shorty.
You just turned 40 like 45 days ago, bro. If you don't get the fuck out of here with that shit.
You 40, shorty.
Get you a ride lawnmower with a couple.
You better get that ride lawnmower, man.
I'm gonna get
your little cup holder. You put a little Bluetooth speaker on the back of your shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Ride out.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be honest, man. Like, because everybody that I have around me that I keep in touch with, that I look at, young or whatever. I look at them as some kind of motivation, inspiration, because everybody that I interact with, I can learn something from. Like, there's something I can take from them to improve upon myself, and that's what attracts me to people, to make me want to be friends with them, right? So being in the military, right, college is like an afterthought, right? And I always thought, I'm like, man, I ain't going to fucking college in the military. That shit is fucking sus, blah, 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 blah. And when I get out, I'm gonna just get a fucking job, right? But then it's all these young motherfuckers coming in, getting their degrees while they're in. And I'm like, they're not smarter than me. They just actually put the effort in, and I'm lazy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So why don't I do the same thing? Because I look at, cats that I recruited, and I'm like, damn, this motherfucker got a master's degree and shit. I ain't even got 30 credits, bro. Like, I'm a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I look at people like that, like they listened to what I told them, but how to do it. But it's like, I didn't follow my own advice. And so I look at them like, yo, if they did that shit, and I know, like, you let Terry bone, I look better than that nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at them like, yo, if you did that shit, I could do it. You know what I'm saying? And so everybody I fuck with, that I deal with, is like, yo, in some way there, it's like I admire them. So even like Derek, man, it's like, yo, that's my man. There's qualities in him I admire. It's qualities in Jamal I admire, qualities in fucking, Gordon I admire, my brother, my sister I admire. So it's like, yes, so I always go to them for advice or ask them about the shit they're doing over there, or I'll just sit and listen to what they're talking about and just like take notes and shit. Because it's like, I can take something and implement that shit in my situation. And so it's like, one thing that I had the advantage of is, being in the military and in leadership, you get to interact with all these young people, man. And these motherfuckers are inspirational, bro. It's like, whether it's like your physical fitness, you think you doing something and you can do X amount of push-ups and pull-ups, and these motherfuckers come around and do a one-legged squat. You like, God damn, I got to step my shit up, bro. I can't do a one-legged squat. And you brush your ass to get to a point where you can do it. And then you're like, let me do something else because this shit is mad work. But it's just like, yo, it's just something to keep you motivated. So I always look at my friends. It's like, y'all my friends for two reasons. One, because I care about y'all, but then two, I'm stealing y'all whole shit bar for bar. So don't fucking do something that I can use because I'm gonna do the same shit. You know what I'm saying? I look at Derek and you, and I'm like, I need to get a wife and get me a big ass backyard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I need to get a wife.
Please, brother.
like, I need to get a wife and get me a big ass fucking backyard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look at my sister and I'm like, yo, like, I can do I can be a full-time parent and have a job. And it's like, now it's like with the new job I'm starting, I'm gonna have my daughter I was just like having her from like 7:30 in the morning to 5:30 at night, but I got to work down now with baby moms where I'm gonna have her from Monday to Thursday all fucking day overnight. You know what I'm saying? So I have my daughter more than her. You know what I mean? The days I don't have her, the days where I physically have to be in a museum. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, I know if she can do it, I can do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if other folks, and that's why I always share my parenting journey with people. Cause it's like, yo, it's not that hard. Just put the effort in. You know what I'm saying? And I got all that shit from watching JR do it. You know what I'm saying? Like when he first had his daughter, I'm like, well, what the fuck did he do? He was just there. You know what I'm saying? Like doing that shit. And it's like, well, fuck, let me take that shit. You know, my cats that went to college, I'm like, well, how the fuck did they do it? Well, one class at a time, just show up and do the shit and you'll pass. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And it's like everything, you know, even with getting the jobs, I had to like go to my sister and show her my shitty ass resume. And it's like, hey, can you please help me fix this shitty ass resume so I can get a fucking job? And she looked at my resume and said, this looks like a fucking, I don't want to use any politically incorrect terms, but it looks like somebody wrote it in crayon that wore a fucking helmet to school. And she's like, yo, you need to fix this shit. But she didn't just rewrite it. She didn't rewrite it, which was what I was trying to get her to do.
Underwear.
Yeah, she didn't rewrite it. She said, yo, fix this shit and make it so you're marketable. And so I did that. And then once I changed it, the opportunities came rolling in. And now it's just like, doing interviews just because I want to feel courted now. So I'm just doing interviews because I want to feel special. And now I'm doing a job that I never thought I'd be able to do, from taking her advice and, you know, getting my shit, making it marketable. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I look at everybody around me. It's like, yo, everybody's doing, even like, you know, I have a friend, Jen Ackroyd, she's a bartender in Hawaii. She's older. I look at her just how she can talk to people and relate to people and get people to open up just by being warm. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, she's like a 50-year-old white woman that's a bartender. It's like, what the fuck would I have to learn from her? You can learn a lot from a bartender. You know, how to deal with people, how to talk to people, how to open up and how to get them to open up. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, everybody I have around me, everybody I talk to is for a reason. I can learn and grow from you. I'm stealing your shit, dog.
Right.
I'm stealing your shit.
When I judge, I have to say, my husband, oh my God. And Jamal, you already know, because I think I called you first. But after Derek and I's first date, and he said, yeah, I live with my mom, and he's driving this 2000 Nissan Maxima, I think it was, a little beater. And I'm thinking to myself, like, negative. I'm not dating this guy. He lives with his mom. Like, seriously.
I don't want no love. As a guy can't get no love from me.
Right. So I judged him before getting to know him. And a lot of females, that's what they don't do. They don't get to know guys before you dig deep and like lay down with them. You know what I'm saying?
And you gave me the cootie cat anyway.
Like 2 months later. But
Talk that talk, daddy.
Talk that talk.
But you know, after talking to him, I got to know him and I saw the potential in him. I'm like, damn, you're a hard worker, you're a dad, you pay bills, like, wow, you know what I mean? That's the type of man that I want around my children. You know, that's the type of man that I would want to compliment me. Like, he intrigued me and drew me in. So the more I got to talk to him and get to know him, you know, I saw the potential in him. And I'm just like, dude, do you even know if you move from this place, you can have so much more? Like,
yeah, you can blossom.
Yo, it's crazy.
You know what's crazy? It's crazy. Like, real quick though, Meech, that go back to the benefit of the doubt thing we talked about last pod or a couple pods ago. Ooh. Yeah. But I had to realize from moving to Jersey to Georgia, everybody out here talks to you like they know you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I had to get used to that. And it's like how you said, Mitch, you know, you'd be surprised who you can learn something from. You know what I mean? Just going to the store and talking to an old guy getting groceries, or the clerk ringing my shit up, I can learn something from that conversation. Yeah. So I had to realize I have to be more open to talking to people, because that 5 minutes of talking to somebody, I can learn something that can help me out for 10 years.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because my whole thing is
too, because you can
gotta listen. Because my whole thing is like, I know I'm not that smart. Like, standardized testing does not mean you're intelligent, and I know how to take standardized tests. Or everybody thinks I'm a fucking genius. I'm fucking dumb as shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that smart, right? I have like a fucking, like, you ever seen that dog from Up that had the little voice collar on him? That's fucking me, right? I can remember some information word for word, fucking got like some Dr. Strange ass photographic memory. I can memorize that shit for 7 days. After that, it's gone. You know what I'm saying? And so like I'm in college. That's the only way I can pass, is by just learning some shit on day one and taking the exam the next day, 2 days later, because when that midterm comes around, I don't know shit. I don't know shit.
I never studied a day in my life.
Yeah,
I never studied.
I'm like struggling. Yeah, but so here's the thing, right? And we're going to shift gears, right? Because one thing that you know, Sadira and myself, we grew up heavily involved in the church, and at some point, I feel as African Americans, that was very big in our community, and we have all strayed away from that. So I'm going to ask just the men, and my brother, he went to church for a minute. Your church was wild. I was ready to fight you over that shit. That church.
You went? Did you come?
I went to your church with you one time, and y'all had the pastor. Y'all had the pastor.
Which one?
We were in Fayetteville. Y'all had the pastor.
Okay, yeah.
If you watch the football game on Sunday and you cheer for the football team, you're wrong. You should be cheering for God. You're wasting your. And I was like, yo, you trying to shake my hand after the sermon? And I'm like, what the fuck? What the nigga you using? Get the fuck out of here talking about I should be using all my energy to fucking praise God and cheering for individual success.
But you shouldn't use your energy to praise God because you a fucking Redskin fan. You should have.
It's the Washington Admirals now. It's the Washington Admirals.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the Washington Admirals now, bro. Yeah, we unveiled the team. Yeah, so they put the new team out like yesterday. So the new team name is the Washington Admirals. So we're no longer. Hey, Ernest Biner, gang, heavy shit, you know what I'm saying? But that's the thing. So I know like grandma had me in church, and then I was lucky enough to go to church with some of my friends. So, you know, I went to CBA. I had Jewish friends because those are the only ones that would talk to me. So I went to the synagogue. You know, we had Muslim influences in our life. We had all types of Christian and Catholic influence in our life, things like that. So we got to learn that experience. And at some point, everybody has their own journey. But even though I don't agree with everything that church talks about, it is a great foundation for families. And I feel that us straying away from the church kind of made us stray away from family values and traditional values. So my question to you guys is, why y'all don't fuck with church?
For me personally, I grew up in church all my life. I've been in church for 3 to 4 to 5 days a week. And once I got old enough, I was done with it. So there you go.
Okay, so what did you learn from church? Because you came out different than us. We were some scumbag, scallywag ass niggas, and you weren't. Obviously, you learned some morals and values.
It was definitely morals in it. And it was definitely mostly fear for my mom. But yeah, it was definitely some morals that came with it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the older you get, it was bullshit in that area that I didn't not understand. I understood it, but I didn't mess with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I felt like that I could make my own way in life, that I didn't need for them, need from them. I learned from them, but I didn't need from them at that point. So it is what it is. And there's people that I still fuck with to this day, and some that I don't. But, you know, I definitely learned a lot from it. but it got his mess with it. It definitely do. But you can't tell my mom that, you know.
and that was my issue.
Flo
coming
crazy.
up.
Oh yeah, and Flo's still waiting for you, Jamal.
What you mean? Wait for me for
Still
what?
waiting for you enough.
They supposed to come to church?
I remember that day. I remember that shit. It got to a point with me when, you know, when I was younger, I used to have to go to Sunday school and stay for afternoon service. So, you know, when I was like, you know, I was forced to go. So of course, you know, when you're forced to do something, you don't like it.
Yeah.
But you know, as I got older and it became more of my choice, that's when I, you know, would just go to Sunday school and wouldn't go to the afternoon service, or I'll go to the afternoon service and leave early. But then the older I got from that situation, you know, you start to learn more, and there's certain views that the church had that I didn't agree with. And it's certain things that I had questions about that they couldn't answer, or they would give me some bullshit answer that I didn't like.
Yeah.
So it got to the point where it's like, okay, I look at it as more of a business than there to actually help. Because if you look at I'm not saying all churches, but a lot of churches now, they're supposed to be for the community, but they really don't do shit in the community. But the church is big as fuck. Like the pastor has a big ass house, nice ass car, and all this other shit, but the people in your congregation are still struggling. Me and my wife talked about going back to church because she was with the church and all the other stuff. She went to a church out here for a while till we moved, but it's a church around here that she wants to go to that, you know, I'm gonna probably try it out just to see how it is. That structure and that, you know, getting close with God thing, I always looked at, you know, they always say, you know, you have your own relationship with God. So if that's the case, he know where I stand at with, you know, so I don't need to go to a building just so this man can understand, you know, where I'm coming from.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that families that actually spend that time to go to church every Sunday, or, you know, I could say every day, or, you know, just go once a week, they are more together and, you know, spiritual and all that other stuff than families that don't. But I'm not against church. My thing is, if you want to go. If you don't, it's up to you. But it's definitely something that I would like to get back into, because as Bone said, I did learn a lot from it, and I've seen the good from, you know, with people going to church every day. I've seen how, you know, how their life is a little bit different than mine is. But, you know, it's to each his own.
His own, yeah.
Because Calvin, you kind of went back into church for a minute and tried to fucking scam us to get back with you.
I did. Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie. Was it that shit must have been wild? Y'all never said this shit before.
Let me tell you,
that
fam,
shit must have been
that
wild.
shit was fucking hilarious, bro. I was so fucking pissed.
Hey, real
Did he
quick,
talk to
though,
y'all about that shit?
He said that whack ass sermon and then was like trying to talk to us afterwards, man. I was like, he's like, you gonna come back? I was like, no.
Oh,
shit.
Nah, it was a church I went to when I was living in North Carolina when I was real young. My mom's friend took us to her church, and it's the first time I ever seen this shit in my life where people catch the Holy Ghost and pass out.
Oh yeah.
That shit scared the fuck out of me. That I was terrified. Like after that, I'm like, you know, they like, oh, just go up and say something. Nah, he killing motherfuckers. I ain't going up there. Hell no.
Yeah, you going to church and have a fucking seizure and shit.
That shit scared the fuck out of me.
Niggas got an EpiPen trying to hit you back.
They was doing that shit. He was sitting there and say something like hit him on the forehead and they'll just drop. Yeah. That shit scared the hell out of me.
Oh man. Damn, me in church. Shit. I definitely strayed away. I can't say straight away from it, but I got away from it heavily. I say I got away from it after the divorce. I wasn't messing with it. And then my relationship with church has, I went with my man Aunt, his mom's. If I was going to sleep over Aunt's house, I had to go to church. His mom's made us go. So that was a Baptist church. Other than that, it was, you saw me in churches because I was there with a female. There with a girlfriend.
He there sinning, trying to get cleansed.
yeah. So that was for real. And then I
this
went
nigga
to
thought
church.
communion was a plan B.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. So if you saw me there, because I was with a female, but it wasn't like I was just chasing broads and chasing every broad in the church. I was this serial monogamous with the church. So yeah, because high school, church, and then the ex-wife was church, and then like you said, the church that you came to, we got heavy, and I was
because that was in
on the
Fayetteville,
praise
man.
team. Yeah, I was on the praise team and everything, and we searched a couple of churches before we got to that one, and it's wild because I saw how, and I think that's what kept me away from it after was how it's for lack of a better term, I know there's a God and I believe in a higher power, but I know that it was man-made and it was manipulated to put people under control. Mm-hmm. So I had a dispute with a guy at one church that I went because the ex called them out on it. And then we got to discussing on some Bible shit. And then it was like, yeah, respect, but I can't come here no more. You're not really about my family. And then we got to the other church and then you get involved in whatchamacallit. And like I said, I went in, the wife was she grew up in church. So of course I'm just following along. Like I said, the majority of the time you saw me there is because of a woman. But then after the fact, and then you become older and then you get to see a lot of stuff, then you see how the church is, though it can be a good thing, networking, especially for people that don't have nothing, you get to networking and you get put in positions and then you can build yourself up. But then I saw the manipulation, and I saw the manipulation for bad shit. And then you look at people in power that's supposed to be our representatives and this, that, and the other, and they claiming God and this, that, and the other, but then they doing the wildest, foulest shit. Yeah. And it's like, okay. Yeah. And then just traveling around the world and being exposed to different religions, and you see some of the same things, but you see different lessons that progress you in a positive manner. And it was like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna stay away from the physical building, but I'm going to read these books and I'm going to take these lessons and I'm going to use it to better myself. So that's what it was. I used the different religions because, like you said, we grew up around a bunch of shit. The 5%ers.
I remember you was a 5%er, dog. That shit was funny.
Yeah, exactly.
I seen the did bacon yesterday. What the fuck?
Bruce got bacon on deck.
Now later bacon sandwich. What the fuck?
Yeah, you ain't lying. He got the bacon on deck. Yeah, I dabbled in everything. So yeah, I strayed away from. I would read and I would use it for my own. Now I use it for my own interpretation, especially if I know I'm trying to do good. And for the most part, I'm just trying to do good because I did all the foul shit already. Yeah. I see. That's it. That's why I after the divorce, I strayed away from the physical building, and it got more to just the lessons and how I can interpret it and use it to better on some daily shit. That's about it. That's me.
Where's Sadira go? Because I wanted to ask her a question because she's an OG sunbeam. Sadira,
I need the dog.
What happened?
You feeding dogs.
I'm here, but I'm feeding the dog.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll talk about my shit then, right? Because I've been to a lot of churches, man, and coming into the military, you get exposed to a lot of shit, and everybody has the same story. And it's wild because military motherfuckers either come in and get completely away from church, or they come in and get super into church. And I remember my boy, shout out to my boy Tanaka Harris, man. I love this motherfucker, dog. I remember he used to be like a complete atheist, pretty much. And then he started messing with a young lady, and he was like putting out Bible quotes and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know the pussy good. When you got a nigga that was atheist sending Bible quotes on Facebook. And this is like 2011, 2012 Facebook when all you could get was like 256 characters. And the nigga is putting out Bible quotes and not no funny ass jokes. I'm like, yo, this nigga in love, man. But I seen people go from like him. And then I select my man, Jeff Walker, who was like completely atheist, essentially, who's now super into church, and I see what it does for him and his family. I'm like, yo, man, like this shit, it's like a tool, bro. It's a tool, and it's a tool that you can use for discipline, because that's the ultimate. Like if you look at Islam, that's all Islam promotes itself as a form of discipline, and it's God's discipline of man. Christianity and Catholicism don't really want to market it that way, but Buddhism markets itself. It's like, yo, this is a form of discipline. Like here is, the Four Noble Truths, and this is the Eightfold Path. And if you do this shit, you'll be okay. If you don't do it, you're going to suffer, right? And that's all it is, another form of discipline. And that's what I use it as. No different than a workout plan. It's like I don't do fucking bench presses because the shits don't work for me, but I like doing chest flies, you know what I'm saying? Or I like using kettlebells. So it's like, yo, I don't think I don't think tithing to a church that ain't doing shit in the community benefits me, but me doing work with the Salvation Army when I can see exactly what they do and who they help does work for me. I don't have to go to that church, right? Because my Sundays are normally recovering from a hangover, but I can still do works in the community, things like that. And so I kind of use it. So the same way where it is, like I look at, my peers and my friend circle and friend group to pick things from them that I appreciate, that I like to improve myself. The same way with religion. Like when I got to the Navy, that's when I started to get exposed to like a lot of different, philosophical, mindsets. And one of the things I got into was Buddhism. And I looked at a lot of Buddhists. A lot of Buddhists started off as Christians, and a lot of Buddhists are active Christians, and the shit that they don't agree with in Christianity, Buddhism kind of covers. So I really got into that. But the thing that turned me away from Buddhism was the fact that the ultimate goal is to be free from all emotion. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that's kind of whack. You know what I'm saying?
Free from all emotion?
All emotion. That is what nirvana is when you transcend all emotion. And that's when that's the final level. If you're going to use the terms like the Last Dragon, right? It's like, that's the final level of nirvana, when you are free from emotion and being controlled by emotions, period. And you're not attached to anything. And that's when you will end the cycle of rebirth and finally be released into just whatever it is. But that's when you ultimately die. You know what I'm saying?
I was about to say, do you not know that means you have no soul?
Correct. Yeah. Correct. But that's what Buddhists believe, is that we're all just energy and everything is impermanent. So our time here is impermanent, and we're just here to experience things and then lessen the suffering. And as we learn how to deal with suffering and do the right thing, essentially, that's when we end the cycle of rebirth and we go back into this great energy, right? And that sounds cool, but it's like, yo, I like being happy. I like being sad sometimes because it makes the happy shit better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, because they teach you about impermanence, and like no one belongs to you. Don't be attached to anything, but enjoy it while you have it. And that's cool. But if you go too far and you're like, yo, nothing belongs to me, everything is temporary. And it's like, well, why the fuck should I care about anything? And then you kind of become a nihilist, right? And that's like the danger with Buddhism. You know what I'm saying? It's like you get to a point where it's like no situation is permanent. So why the fuck should I worry about changing it when it's not permanent, right? So then there's no like sense of urgency. But Sadira, since you're back now, you're an OG Sunbeam, you know what I'm saying? OG Sunbeam. And we've talked about church before. So do you see yourself getting back into church? Your mic is not muted. You're not answering the question.
No.
They got to never say that union cups.
Never say never.
No, we grew up in the church. If I ever did decide to get back in there, it would have to be in a Salvation Army. Salvation Army is non-denominational. From what I got with.
Hold up. Sadira, your microphone. It sounds like your microphone has COVID.
All right, hold on. Let me switch. Because I got on my wireless headset right now.
Yeah, no, that's not the wave. That's not the wave. They about to mute you in the Zoom meeting right now.
All right, hold on.
You still sipping in that sake? What's it called, Meech?
No, I killed that sake, bro. I'm drinking. This is Bombay lemonade and orange juice right now, man. I've been drinking all morning, dog. Yo, facts. Yo, I'll be on the phones with these motherfucking customers with AAA, drinking mimosas and shit.
Can you hear me?
That's so much better.
All right.
All I do is drink for 8 hours.
Sorry, I need to charge my wireless. I'm
Yeah.
usually not on it for 3 hours.
Hey, we podding. This is my last Sunday pod, man.
Yeah.
We got to get it in. It's going to Wednesday now, so you know.
Oh, that's what's up. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's going to Wednesday now
Dang,
because
nigga.
my days off. My days off when I start the museum are Wednesday and Thursday. So
It gotta be
you know, I
Wednesday
gotta-
night though, bro.
Yeah, Wednesday night.
I work from
Yeah.
home on Wednesdays, so that's good.
Ain't nobody asked you though. Nobody asked you shit.
Oh my gosh.
So
Okay. But
here's a question. Here's a real question, right, Sadira? If Brian wanted to, okay, I'm sorry to say names. If your man wanted to get back in the church as a family, would you do it? That's the next question going to everybody.
I'm not going to church.
Oh my God, you're so fucking cold.
No,
Why would you
I'm
not?
Because
The Salvation Army. The Salvation Army.
If it was the Salvation Army and he absolutely came to me and said, "Look, I want to go to church. It's the Salvation Army," then I would consider it.
What's that nigga IG?
But listen, that nigga link now.
And
He ain't going to church.
some beefs.
But no, that would probably be the only church I would ever be willing and open to go back to. Just because, like I said, they were non-denominational, they were not judgmental. I remember going to church when, I don't know if y'all remember, on Dunleavy, and we had the guy across the street who was a cross-dresser, big 6 foot,
Yeah, I know what you're
whatever,
talking about. Yeah.
the white guy.
That shit was
This
crazy.
man walked into church one Sunday, and I recognized him because I knew who he was. He lived across the street from us, and they had nothing to say to him. They were always come as you are, and that was one thing I appreciated about that church. People stopped going there because, as you know, with the Salvation Army, they work like the Army does. You go in, you go to school, you learn whatever it is they teach you in the Salvation Army, and they pretty much give you orders. You go to a church for a certain number of years, and then they move you to another location. You don't stay where you are for however long. They literally operate like the Army does.
Oh wow, so you like a PCS?
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, they pay you seriously.
Wow.
They pay you a stipend that you have to live off of. They put you in a home, like they do all it. Like you get BAH, kind of. Like
that shit is
they
legit.
literally operate.
Let me tell you.
Shit, I didn't know that.
They literally operate like the Army, and every couple years, every 3-4 years, you switch and you go to a new location, and you run that church. So the only reason why the church in Asbury kind of fell was because they bought a family in there, they bought majors in there, and they were operating at like a dictatorship. And the church in Asbury fell. Everybody in Asbury ended up going to, like the people we went to church with, they ended up going to the Red Bank War. So that's why that kind of fell the way it did, because people came in and they was going like off the chain. But they were always come as you are. And that was one thing I appreciated. They didn't ask anything of you. Come to church, come worship, come learn the scripture, the Bible, whatever. That's all we want, and go home. And I was cool with that. So when I was dating
in the kitchen,
when I was dating Sheldon and I went to his church, he was Jamaican, full blown Jamaican family, everything. Come to church, you got the hair coverings, the woman can't wear pants. That is not my cup. I don't wear dresses, I don't wear skirts. I don't like it. And every time I walked in the door, I felt judged. There was one elder who accepted me as I was, and she actually passed away last year, at the end of last year. But she was the only person who ever accepted me as I was, but I never felt comfortable in the church. I remember sitting there one day, and one of the younger members of the church, who she grew up in the church, and she was family, whatever, the family always rises to the top and they take over and all that other stuff. But she was giving a sermon, and she talked about praising God and showing your praise and all this other stuff. And she was like, you shouldn't just be sitting in your chair. And I knew it was directed towards me, because I was the only person in that church who I didn't get up. Yeah, I didn't get up, and I don't feel the need to have to get up and dance and clap and shout and all this to show my praise to God. I can sit at home and be okay and nod my head. And that's
why are you too cool for God?
It's not about being too cool. It's just I'm not an outgoing person like that. I'm not one to show out whatever. Like if I go, even
you
if I go
haven't
to a
fully
club,
bought in
Hey,
yet.
you know what?
That's what it is.
You know who else? You know who else wasn't outgoing? Jesus, and he went out for your fucking sins. All right. So how about you
That's
give him a
fine.
goddamn round of
But that's
applause?
just
How about
that's
that?
not who I
You're
am.
fucking
And
rude.
I'm not
You went
gonna
out for your
step
fucking
outside of my
sins.
comfort zone to appease you.
You know it wasn't
So
comfortable being hung on that fucking cross with goddamn nails through your fucking hands and feet and the nigga stabbing you in the side of the chest. That wasn't comfortable, but a nigga did it. So you
But he
can
did it for you.
do what the
I
fuck
mean,
you
that's
want to
fine.
do.
That's
Oh,
fine. And at the
shit.
same time,
I
Oh,
can't
man.
determine who was being true in that either, because just like I feel I'm comfortable in my skin just sitting and praising on the inside, how many people are out here faking it just because they feel like they're being judged? So I'm comfortable enough to sit here and be like, no, I'm okay praising the way I see fit. And I'm not out here putting on a show to appease to everybody else.
Yeah,
So
and I agree with you still, because I am the exact same. When they're singing the hymns, because I went to, and this is me being honest, for some reason, every time I get involved with women, we end up in, like, they go to church and we end up in church. And I was dealing with a woman that when I was in Hawaii, and we went to like this like new age young church. The pastor was like 32. The nigga had Yeezys on. Somebody's making mad noise in the background. Somebody's making mad noise. Who has?
I'd have left because he got Yeezys on. I'm out.
Hey, hold on.
Look,
Somebody has to mute
Hawaiian
themselves. They're
pastor
making
with
mad
Yeezys?
noise in the background right now. There's like a lot of shit going on in the background right now with somebody's shit. So I'm gonna.
Hey.
So that's you,
it's
Jamal.
That's you. Y'all
just
just did
muted you.
something.
All right, because I don't need my fucking listener base complaining to me writing reviews because motherfuckers that got them banging pans like the Bad Girls Club. Y'all
Pop off, pop.
yeah, like shout to Tanisha Thomas. I love her. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go back to the Hawaiian pastor with Yeezys.
Yes. So the Hawaiian pastor, you're unmuted now, Jamal. So the Hawaiian pastor came in with fucking Yeezys and skinny jeans.
My bad.
And I was like, yo, what
family
this
shit
all
going
good.
on?
And I'm like, yo, bro, he was a good pastor. He was like, I got like after I broke up with the girl, I still went to the church because he was that relatable. So I was like, yo, what the fuck is you wearing Yeezys for? And he's like, well, if you could come as you are, why can't I come as I am? And I'm like, damn, that makes sense because the message was there, right? But yeah, so I ended up going to different churches and shit. And like for me, as far away as I've strayed, at some point I will return because there's something I talked to my child's mom about is starting my daughter in Sunday school. Even though she doesn't go to church at all, it's like we've agreed to put the child in Sunday school. It's like, yo, you learn a lot, and
Certain
I need
foundational stuff.
I need my daughter growing up like Derek, not like me. You know what I'm saying? So I need my daughter with some goddamn morals. All right. So that's the thing. And so it's like, yo, that's something that I think that we as men have to take the role in is getting back into church, because a lot of the shit that we complain about comes from not having strong men in the church. It comes from having a bunch of yes men in the church. And when you have strong men in the church, they'll step to a pastor and say, yo, you wilding. Or if you backslide and shit like that, they'll call that motherfucker out. You know what I'm saying? Or if you got people in the church faking and shit like that, the men in the church will keep shit real because they will adhere to the discipline. That's why I respect the Nation of Islam so much, because it's all about discipline and the men having their role and the women having their role. And everybody has clearly defined roles and shit flows a certain way. And it's like, you don't have the same issues there that you have at other churches because it's all about the discipline. It's not about the fashion show or the gossip or the choir. It's like, yo, we're all here to submit to the will of God. Somebody, Jamal, I'm muting you, Jamal. I'm muting you, Jamal. And so it's all about the discipline and submitting to the will of God. You know what I'm saying? And so for me,
having grown kids.
Huh?
That's the great thing about having grown ass kids.
Fuck them kids.
Hashtag FTK.
Yeah.
Oh,
but for
man,
me,
it's
it's like for men, I always think that at some point, not that we have to stay there, but I think it's good for us to return to the church at some point, maybe for a short while, for a long while, who knows? But it's like, yo, we got to be around the discipline and then other men, you know what I mean? Because a lot of times you'll get with a church that has a good men's group, and motherfuckers done been through some shit that you've been through, you know, and you can find a lot of guidance, a lot of wisdom, and especially dealing with like a good, especially at non-denominational churches. I went to a church in San Diego. A pastor was like ex-military and shit like that, man, cool, non-denominational, and he had a lot of shit, man. He taught me a lot. And I'm about to mute you again, Jamal. Goddamn, mad noise in the background. And so, yeah, and when I was going through my shit with Gloria, he helped me through a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? And then when I was going through like my shit in Hawaii, the pastor that wore the Yeezys helped me through a lot of the shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers all ain't dirty. You know what I'm saying? Some of them are mad cool, and they just need help from other strong men in the congregation. Because when I went to the churches, all the pastors always asked me to like join the church, join the men's group, do some mentoring, things like that. And then shout out to my guy, Pastor Allen. I think he passed away, RIP, but Allen's Chapel in Asbury Park. He used to be a Navy chaplain. And I did a mentorship program with him, anti-gang program with him. And he was mad cool, man. I got to meet like some of the hardest, coldest motherfuckers in Asbury. I was like some little young thugs. And when they came to this church and they dealt with me and him, they submitted to the discipline. You know what I'm saying? He would do fucking lock-ins and shit like that, where we with these kids overnight. Instead of them being out doing wild thug shit, they would come with us and learn shit and do shit and just chill, have fun in a safe space, be vulnerable, talk about their trauma at home, shit like that. And then, you know, and that's why I'm like, yo, men, I'm you again, Jamal. And that's, you know, when men.
You see Jamal's face? He's like, yo, what the fuck?
Some shit just went over his head because he looked all the way up.
Yeah, and that's why I bring that up, because it's like, yo, men, we have a role to play in the community, also the church, because the church is a part of the community. Whatever form of discipline, whether it's religion, the community, leadership, like that, is a role that we play. And so if you have any interest in getting back into it, there is a role for you to play, you know, in it, if you want to play that role. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going back right now. I'm not going back next week, but before this summer is over, I will be back in the church.
This summer?
Before
January.
Before the end of the summer. Come on, listen. First off, let me tell you, I'm not fucking with you niggas anymore. I'm working at the United States Holocaust Museum. So next time we do the podcast, I'm gonna have a fucking yarmulke on. All right, you know what I'm saying? Mazel tov Meacham. Mazel tov Meacham is what you will call me from now on. You know, but I'm going with them, working with them. I'm gonna go to the temple, obviously, right, to get deeper in the culture, because there's always been a connection between, you know, the Black and the Jewish community, a lot of shared experience, you know, and so it's like, yo, I've been there before. It's not an issue to go back and and learn and grow, and then also pick certain things from the culture, from the discipline that I can use for myself. But yeah, man, all y'all, listen, get your ass back in church, at least for one day. All right.
I'll watch it on TV.
That's fine as well.
My wife, she want to go to church. You know, I'm not against it, but I'm not trying to go every fucking Sunday.
You don't have to. You don't have to, bro.
If she wants to, I'm down to go a couple days.
Jamal, once a month. Once a month. Once a month.
We get up.
Yeah. Once a month, bro. Once a month. So
Get up.
yo, so I got all right.
Get up.
So I got two more questions, man.
Just to see.
Two more questions.
Go ahead,
for y'all.
Bo.
2 more questions for y'all.
Down.
All right, so
You got it.
I'm about to.
I'm going to hell. Let me stop drinking.
So I'm gonna start with the ladies. I'm gonna start with the ladies with this question. What are your top 5 TV moms? Because we've talked about TV dads. What are your top 5 TV moms?
Ooh.
Derek don't know.
I said I'm starting with the women, Derek. All right.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
I know you got your 5 on deck. All right.
No, I don't.
You about to say Harriet Winslow
I don't.
first.
Harriet Winslow.
No. I'm all about the
You about to say Peggy Bundy.
I'm all about that. But you want to know what my one favorite mom is?
Gotta be Claire Huxtable.
Because it's a rare.
Oh man.
Claire, nah. I'm all about Roseanne, man.
I'm muting your
Roseanne?
ass, motherfucker.
Speak on it. Speak on it.
Speak
on it. Speak on it.
Yeah, you gotta explain that one, Bone.
Roseanne
I
Connor.
don't know if I got 5, but
Or just top 3, whatever. Your top TV moms.
I liked the mom off of Family Matters.
Okay, that was Harriet Winslow.
Yeah.
Yep. And I liked Claire
Mary
Huxtable.
Jo
I
Payne.
did. Who else did I like?
I'm all about the real moms.
Crap. There's not many.
What?
Yeah, you
What?
ain't gonna get
Oh, you
give her
got
props?
you got a couple of them.
It's
You
definitely a
give
lot.
her props?
There's a
But
lot of TV
they're
moms.
more the clean joints.
How you gonna say Harriet Winslow?
I'm all
but
about
not
the
say,
dysfunctional
not
mom.
say Mama Winslow, who was fucking
Yeah, the grandma.
Paul Winslow's grandmother, the grandmother.
See,
She
I
counts.
wasn't even thinking about the grandma.
I'm all
Yeah,
about
she
the
counts.
dysfunctional. I'm all about the real dysfunctional. That's why I said Roseanne. Because
Roseanne.
they was real and they was dysfunctional. Roseanne.
Oh my God.
Peggy Bundy.
Now, he got a point
Peggy
though.
Bundy.
They was going through
Because
some real life shit.
It was some
Because
real
we
life
got,
shit.
we got, you know, we got the TV moms on deck.
And I'm looking at Monet right now on Power. Because Mary J. Blige,
Oh my
She
God.
said Monet's in
she
the
ain't
top.
worth a shit
This
right now.
He about to say Tasha, my top
Tasha,
5 TV.
top-
Yeah, nah, fuck Tasha. Nah, fuck Tasha. But you know.
All right, Sadira, who's your top TV moms?
So
You watch Mad TV. Like, what the fuck? How you got a TV moms?
I really did not. I really did not.
God. You watch all that fucking Disney Channel and you ain't got no goddamn
Well,
TV
see,
moms.
no, and so this is where I'm going. I have 2. One is a cartoon. One is a cartoon.
That's fair.
The Proud Family.
Okay, that's fair.
Family.
That's fair.
That mom. Okay, and then the lady who played the mom on Sister.
Oh, Jackie.
Yeah.
That's my girl.
Thank you, man. Come on now.
That's the only 2 I got because I didn't watch a lot of like that type of TV, the family shows and stuff like that. So I didn't watch a lot of that stuff.
Oh, you was going through your
No. You know, I got a third one.
No.
My third mom would have to be Bebe Kid's mom.
The Bebe Kid's mom. Look at Bones.
I'm serious. Because I'm telling you, more people can relate to Bebe's kid's mother
God.
more than anyone else. You know why? Because she was absent.
Don't give it no more, Bone.
Are you on the Tito's?
There.
Hey, leave the Tito's right now saying that wild shit.
No, I don't drink like that. But yeah, she wasn't there.
Oh my God.
She was an absentee mom.
So the best mom.
She was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's more relatable. How
All
many
right,
people
Calvin.
do you know you're friends with?
Calvin, we'll start with you. We watch so much TV, bro. Top 5 TV moms, man.
Well, one that automatically stands out is Claire Huxtable, man. She was a G. She kept it classy and she was a G. So that's number 1 for me. And I don't even know if I got 5. Then I'm gonna throw one in there just for the sake of conversation because it was a good ass show. Nancy Botwin from Weeds. You ever watch Weeds?
Oh yeah.
I ain't watched that shit, bro. I'm sorry.
I watched. It was a good show.
That was and she husband died. He was a good ass father, and she played the role. And then she stepped up and she did the wild shit. She did the wild shit for the family and all that. And then I'll say, here go one. It's an old head shit though. Goddamn, Wheezy Jefferson.
That's a good mom.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man.
What about
y'all
that?
motherfuckers suck.
Y'all
suck. I hate y'all motherfuckers.
Well, who you going? Give me your top 5.
We watched the Brady Bunch. Jamal, go. Jamal,
Listen,
go.
I'm mad y'all saying all these shows and not giving Ann Viv her props.
Thank you.
I fucks with Ann Viv. The dark skin with Ann Viv.
Yeah.
Both Ann Vivs, bro.
No, I like the dark one. The dark skin one.
I like the dark one better yet, but I'm gonna give them both their props. I like the dark skin one better.
Because she did the.
I'm ready to fight you motherfuckers, bro.
That was a dance.
Then you got
murder,
then you
bro.
got
Murder.
The mom on Moesha.
Thank you, Moesha's
mom. And what was the show that Robert Townsend had? The TV show.
Are you going by moms or how they look?
My mom.
I'm just making sure.
Mama Townsend show. Good mom, good mom.
Yeah, she was
Oh
a
my
good mom.
God, you motherfuckers suck.
Okay,
bro.
what about what was Monique? Monique played a mom.
Monique played a good mom. She went back to college, bro.
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
She played
Listen,
a
I
good
forgot
mom.
about that.
Brandy's mom. Brandy's mom from Mauritius. She
legit.
played a good mom.
Yeah.
Thea from was she had
Yeah,
Reggie?
Thea
Thea
was a good
lasted
mom.
a minute and a half. Fuck Thea.
Yo, listen, R.I.P. Thea, bro. I'm disrespectful. All right, so listen. So we talked about Claire Huxtable. You disrespectful motherfuckers. Claire Brady, bro. She had 3 kids.
Brady Bunch, Brady.
Claire Brady Carol Brady had 3 kids, bro. That's our mom, nigga. That's the meat stole her home shit. You know what I'm saying?
She had 3 kids.
And Bruce did make 3 kids.
Ate him. He didn't bring him in though.
Yo, hey, we the original Brady Bunch. What the fuck?
Brady
goddamn,
Bunch.
that 70s show, Kitty Foreman. Kitty fucking
I
Foreman
never
from
really
that
watched that
70s
show.
show. Well, you
Okay,
ain't
all right.
know.
I got one for you because it was
Okay.
my show. What about the mom from the Wonder Years?
That is the ultimate fucking mom, bro.
Yeah, she
That
was
is the
so-
ultimate fucking mom, bro. She is the ultimate fucking mom.
Yeah.
June Cleaver, bro, from Leave with the Beaver. June Cleaver.
She was kind of dingbackish, just like Edith Bunker. She was
First
kinda
off, this why.
Archie Bunker.
Yeah,
I love
exactly.
yo, Edith was.
Edith was
Because Archie was mad
Fred
racist,
Miller
bro.
played.
Archie was mad racist, and she
And she just
wasn't
had to deal
racist,
with it.
and she
Yep.
raised her son to not be racist, bro. Fucking,
Okay.
this is what you motherfuckers suck, bro. From Blackish,
All right.
Rainbow Johnson,
Yeah.
fucking Rainbow
Oh.
motherfucking Johnson, bro.
Yeah.
That is my motherfucking
Yeah,
girl.
she's all right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is why y'all suck, bro. Goddamn, Marion Cunningham from Happy Days. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Mrs.
that was
Cunningham
my
from Happy
shit right
Days.
there, Miss
You know
Cunningham.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's another
Can we
one.
talk about the fucking wife of Tim the Tool Man Taylor, Jill Taylor from fucking Home Improvement? You
I
didn't even think of
motherfuckers.
it.
I
God
didn't think
damn.
about that.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Can
I
we
got
talk
one.
about-
I got one.
Can we talk about Maggie motherfucking Seaver from Growing Pains? God
Growing
damn.
Pains, damn.
You know what
All
I'm
right,
saying?
oh,
Can we
what
talk
about-
about
well, she was-
Angela Bauer? Can we talk about Angela Bauer from Who's the Motherfucking Boss?
I was about to say who's the
TV
boss. Yeah,
Motherfucking
yeah.
moms. Can we go to 227? Can we go to
Oh,
motherfucking
the-
227?
Oh, that's Florida. Not, not. Oh shit, Florida Evans.
Yeah, they
Florida
No,
Evans
yes,
was a mom
yes.
from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Jeffersons, the maid. She
Yeah, she was a mom
Yeah.
on two
Florence
motherfucking seven.
Griffin.
Florence
Florence
Henderson.
Oh,
Florence
yeah,
Henderson.
the
No,
mama
yeah,
name.
something like that.
What
You know
about
what I'm
what about the mom on the rock?
Oh, The Rock. Yeah, The Rock. Oh,
the
Rock,
garbage man,
the
the
show.
TV. Yeah, his
Oh,
his
yeah,
wife,
yeah,
the
yeah,
mom.
yeah. The mom on Rock. You said The Rock. I'm
Yeah,
like, you mean The
Rock.
Rock's mom?
She raised a fine young man. I'll give you one.
Yeah.
I'll
The
give you another
mom
good mom.
from the Golden Girls.
Yeah. The
The
mom from the
Old
Golden
Bird.
Girls. Yep.
Nah,
Mom from
nah,
the Golden
nah.
R.I.P.
Girls.
Betty White.
You know who was a good mom that was funny as hell? Everybody Loves Raymond, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Marge
Rest in peace,
Simpson,
Marge.
bro? Can we talk about
Marge.
Marge motherfucking Simpson, man?
Not Marge Simpson.
Go.
She just sucked it all
OG.
up.
She had
Marge.
to hold
OG
it down
fucking
for real.
mom,
She
bro.
just sucked
OG
all that
fucking
shit up.
mom, bro.
For real. She had to
OG
hold that
fucking
shit.
mom.
What about
Badass
the Family
kid.
Guy mom?
Fat
Badass
ass
About
kid,
Family Guy
mom.
mom? We can't talk about Family Guy mom.
Yeah,
You-
Family
yeah.
Guy mom.
Family Guy.
Yeah, hey.
Mom.
Hey, listen. You know what I'm saying? All right, can we not talk about Mindy from Everybody Loves Mindy? Can we not talk about fucking Mindy Kaling? You know what I'm saying? TV moms.
Oh,
Can we
okay,
not,
okay. I
can,
remember Shorty.
can we not talk about motherfucking Jan from The Office? She was a good mom. She was crazy, but she was a good
definitely
mom.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, she wasn't a better mom than Pam.
Pam was horrible, bro. Pam was horrible. Can we not talk about Wilma Flintstone? You know what I'm saying?
Wilma Flintstone, hold it
Lucy
down.
Ricardo, Lucy Ricardo, bro.
Ricardo, they just did that.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? God damn, man, y'all motherfuckers are crazy, bro.
Give
Y'all
some
crazy.
props to Peggy Bundy too. I used to watch.
Hey,
Peggy Bundy.
I give Peggy Bundy her props, bro. Peggy Bundy was legit. Peggy
Sons
Bundy
of
was legit.
Anarchy.
Can we
She
not
was a
talk
piece of
about
shit at the end, but-
Carmelo Soprano? Can we not talk about Carmelo Soprano? You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Fucking
yeah.
moms, bro, moms.
Gotta hold that down.
God damn, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many fucking moms, bro, that we got to give credit to, man.
Think about it though. I didn't even think about all of those.
There's hella TV moms. Hella
Yeah.
TV moms, bro.
But you got to realize this.
Tashina Arnold. Tashina Arnold from Everybody Hates Chris.
Everybody
oh my
hates
God.
Chris. Okay, yeah.
And then hold on. This is where I gotta give, and I don't like this person. I don't dislike this person. I just dislike everything they're in except for this one thing. So the last OG.
That's my
last
show.
OG. The last OG. Can we not
Tiffany Haddish?
Can we not give
Tiffany
Haddish? Can we not give Tiffany Haddish her motherfucking flowers?
She holds it down in there.
She does. I like her because of that role and that role only. You know what I'm saying? Tiffany Haddish does her fucking thing on the last OG.
Hold up. If y'all been watching Cobra Kai,
I haven't. I heard it's a great show though. I heard it's a great show.
Yeah, y'all gotta watch that because Danielson's wife, that whole shit is crazy.
She hold it down.
And your boy Nuff with that whole.
Oh yeah, Nuff is wild. Nuff is wild. Shout out to Nuff.
So yeah,
Nuff's
y'all
the
gotta
best
go
TV
back
mom.
and watch Cobra Kai, man. Y'all gotta do the Cobra Kai shit.
Yeah, man, it's hella great moms, bro. And then can we all talk about the Barksdale mom, bro, from The Wire?
She's a piece of shit.
Oh, Avon's sister.
Avon's sister, yeah. Avon's sister.
Okay.
Bitch ain't shit.
Fuck you, dog.
She wasn't the one that had her selling coke, though. Not that one you're talking about, is she?
No, yeah, she did.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, nah.
All right. Okay. So the last thing, bro, because we all, you know, we've all been in relationships, things like that. And one of my big things is communication in a relationship. Is your partner going to social media with anything before you know it? Is that an issue or a deal breaker for you?
A deal breaker.
Or is it an issue?
Like an issue in our relationship?
Issue.
So if they go to social media with news before they bring it to you, or if they talk about something else, let's say they're sad, they're upset, they're depressed, whatever, and you got to find that shit out through social media before they tell you. Or let's say even something as simple as they got a promotion and they put that shit on social media before they tell you. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, if they're dealing with a problem, they put it on social media before they tell you. Is that an issue? Or going to social media to vent. You know what I'm saying? Get that cat ass off of this podcast, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or you got a cat, crazy. You got a dog. What the fuck? This ain't the goddamn pet podcast. Nah, fuck that shit. I ain't fucking the fucking animal whisperer. Caesar Milan, that motherfucker.
Yeah, he definitely got his ass right in my face too. You see, that's all tail.
About to spray you, bro. But
oh wait, Calvin got the cat and I got Brody. Look,
I just said, man, y'all fucking goddamn animals, man. I don't fuck with pets anymore, man.
You can't go on with your dog ass.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So is a partner going to social media to express shit? Is that an issue or a potential deal breaker for you guys? And whoever wants to jump in can jump in.
Definitely an issue.
Have you dealt with it,
Sadira? Have you dealt with it, Sadira?
No. Yes, I have dealt with it. And it is the most childish sugar honey iced tea I have ever seen in my whole entire life. So I had an ex and it was almost like people go to social media for validation. And they go there to vent and to get somebody to agree to whatever it is they're going through, or to find somebody to be in their corner. Yes, that's all it is.
They go there for confirmation bias.
Yes. And instead of talking to you and having a conversation, they go on Facebook and post these cryptic posts or cryptic messages. Yes. Looking for somebody to respond, again, to agree with what they're saying or for validation with what they're saying or whatever. And they could be 100% in the wrong, but there is going to be enough people out there on social media to agree with what it is they're saying to give them the satisfaction that they are seeking. I have a huge issue with that. Because if you can't bring the problem to me, then we don't need to be dealing with each other at all. Like yeah, like no, just go live on social media and be happy, because I'm not the one. So
And
Yeah,
that's the
see,
thing
I
with-
don't have a problem with, you going to social media like, oh, I got promoted today or I had a bad day. But if you putting our business out on the street, I'm gonna check you.
Yeah.
That's an issue.
And yeah, see, and I agree with Elaine on that. Like, because you can go to a job, and it happen while you at work and just be so excited you just want to tell somebody. So I can let that ain't gonna bother me. But if you're talking about shit that we're going through in our household and you're putting that on social media, then yeah, we got a problem because that's not any business. That's how I said before. That's how you get motherfuckers that want to see y'all fail, nitpick to help y'all fail.
Like I had a whole situation, and I'm gonna stop coming on this show. I had a whole situation with an ex, right? Somebody created a fake profile of me, right? Was posting all my pictures, posted my nickname, all this other stuff, friended the guy I was talking to at the time, and was sending him all these messages like, oh, she's doing this, she's doing that, blah, blah, blah. And I had no clue. I didn't know anything about it. So he was feeding into, he was feeding into all this information. Let's take whatever this person was saying to them. He was like believing it. And instead of coming to me and talking to me about it and saying, hey, what's going on? Which, I would have preferred, because I could have said, I don't know who this person is. Because clearly, it's not me, because you know what my Facebook profile looks like. But you got this person who has created a whole entire fake profile of mine. Got my picture on there, everything. And they messaging you saying all these different types of stuff. And you feeding into it 100%. Instead of saying something to me, you're entertaining this person and then bringing that into our relationship, which at the end of the day caused our relationship to fail. It's like, come on now. Like
the person that did it did their job.
Exactly.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So instead of you being a man and coming to me and saying, hey, this person, or even ignoring it and saying, look, I don't know who this person is and I don't know what you're talking about.
Person.
Yeah. Right. Like, but you sit here and that's somebody who is completely engrossed in social media, engrossed in electronics, engrossed in the internet, whatever. And that's part of the reason why we didn't last. But yeah, that I don't like social media for that in itself. Like, I don't put none of my relationship business out on social media, none of that. I'm a very private person. I don't care what you think.
Yeah, you put it out on the podcast instead.
because I know that people that I interact with don't listen to podcasts. So I'm okay with it to an extent.
There's only a certain level of person that listens to this podcast, and you probably shouldn't date them if they listen to this podcast.
Well, listen, I can tell you, Derek has done that one time, and that's all it took. You went to social media one time years ago before you moved here.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yes, he put like a whole book on social media, and I lit his fucking ass up.
Whoa. After you did the dumb shit, that made me did what I had to do. So, huh?
Yeah.
No, Derek, you control your reaction, so you can't blame somebody else for how you chose to react.
She can control.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it was a whole big. More fire.
You know what's crazy?
Trust me.
You know what's crazy? I remember y'all was. I don't know if y'all was arguing.
Yeah, we were.
I was going through my Maurice Claret phase at that time. I was like, yeah, what would Maurice Claret do at this moment?
I think it was. We started arguing, and I hung up on him, and I wouldn't answer. So he took the social media and wrote this book about me. And I went the fuck off. You heard me. I lost my mind on him.
Because she's done that to me, but when I do it, it get magnified 3 times more.
Yeah,
because you're the man, and you shouldn't do that.
You're supposed to control your emotions.
You can't be emotional.
When I did it, it hit harder.
Yeah, it does, because you had to be pushed to a certain limit to do that.
Right,
you know
exactly.
So that means
she pushed me to the limit.
Yeah, that means you meant that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. Yeah.
Yes, he meant every fucking word. And needless to say, yes, our relationship did end after that post. So
but she got good
took
sense.
a 2-month split.
And she got good sense.
Yeah, she
You
came
got
back.
to the fold. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. You got good sense and came back to the fold. But don't do that.
And then that's what people, people think because it's what they see, they see us happy, they see us this, that, and the other, you know what I'm saying? They don't know the struggle. Only the people that are close to us know what we've really been through in these 14 years, that we've been together. And that's how it should be. Taking to social media with all your problems is just, like you said, adding more problems,
Yeah.
And that's what, and then a lot of people I think my cousin or somebody said to me, oh, you can't even tell that you guys are married because you don't even post pictures together. Okay, I sleep with this man every night. Why do I need to post him on social media? Like,
you know what he look
my
like.
thing is, why is it your business?
Don't tell people.
Yeah.
That's what I always ask. When people sit there and say, oh, well, you don't post this about you and your wife, you don't post this about you and your wife.
Sure.
Why is it your business?
Exactly.
Why do you care so much for what I'm doing? Why do you care?
Posting.
Exactly. See, I'm on social media, but for promotional reasons most of the time with my business or with other things and trying to big up these young people who are going through stuff and just to educate. You know what I mean? So my husband knows me. I don't need validation from strangers. You know what I'm saying? My relationship is my relationship. And like I said, close people to me or to my husband, y'all know what we go through. So it's not for me to broadcast to strangers. I have nothing to prove to y'all.
I tell people all the time, you look at my Facebook page, you're going to see inspirational quotes about coffee, or quotes about alcohol.
Yes, quotes about coffee, quotes about
coffee.
Her fucking sewing a goddamn jumpsuit or some shit like that and never making me anything. It's like all crafty shit. Same thing with Yanni. It's I'm refurbishing the table or some fucking furniture, or I can do all this handy shit. I'm sitting here struggling to put together IKEA furniture and shit like that, but it's all good. I don't feel
Basically, I go on social media just for laughs. When Derek pisses me off and I want to see somebody else having a worse day than me,
you want to feel good about yourself.
I use social media when I'm bored.
When do I ever piss you off? You piss me off more than I piss you off.
You're right, honey.
Well, fuck you.
So Jamal, you ever had an issue where a significant other went to social media with some shit before they came to you, or they might have spilled some you shit in there?
Me and my wife, we pretty much when I first met her, she didn't have any social media, so I didn't have to worry about that. Like I had it, but I just post dumb shit. When she got it because we moved out here, and she wanted to get in contact with us, stay in contact with the family, like to see pictures and shit like that. But anytime like we have an issue or anything, we talk about it as you're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? She don't run and post some shit on Facebook, or I don't want to post some shit on my Facebook and Instagram. For the most part, if either one of us are on there, we're just trying to kill time. We either watching videos or looking at other people do dumb shit. You can go to my personal pages now and see posts from years ago because I don't post shit. Like the most I might post is my son's birthday, my daughter's birthday. If we go on vacation, I might take a picture. But even I stopped doing that because I just I don't need y'all to see what I'm doing all the time.
Bro, let me tell you, the
picture,
the picture that your wife just posted of your daughter was like the first time I've seen your daughter, dog. For her birthday.
Exactly. But like I got pictures up there of her, but it was before you got on social media.
Yo. But I was like, that's what she looks like. God damn, she's like 12,
she's
bro.
Still, one of her teeth trying to go when it's not. She only 7.
Yeah,
she gonna be tall as shit though.
Yeah, that's why I was like, she's 12 because she's mad tall, bro.
Your daughter's birthday was the same as mine's, right?
January 7th.
Yeah, it was like 2 days ago.
No, January 6th. I'm sorry, January 6th.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know your daughter's birthday. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My baby's birthday was the 6th. I know that was your daughter's birthday.
Oh, your daughter. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I thought you were just gonna talk about you. My bad. Yeah, your daughter. Yeah, they got the same birthday. Yep.
Yeah, she just turned 20.
Oh my God.
See, I'm not ready for that yet.
Yeah, I'm not either, brother.
Like I got a problem with her being 7. Fucking 20.
Mine turning 10 and I'm freaking out. So
yeah, dog. Mine is like 18 months now. I'm losing my
Oh,
shit, bro.
shit.
Got a
Losing
long
my
way to
shit.
go.
I'm like,
Yeah.
no, can I be real for a minute, bro? Like, I swear to God, like, I'm such a fucking pussy, bro. I'm such a bitch, dog. Like, I've like avoided getting a job so I could just be at home all the time and shit like that. And even now, like I took this job that I took, which pays significantly less than my market value, in order to have the most amount of time home with my daughter. And I like, you know, I'm like on the phones with these fucking dickheads and shit, doing this one job I'm at right now, right? And I'll like put her to sleep and she'll fall asleep in like 5 minutes, and I'll let her sit there for like an hour because I don't like want to let her go. I'm like, damn, man, like once I get to working full time, I'm never going to have this again. I'm only going to see her on my days off. You know, I'm like, even like right now, I'm like, I'm going to move, right? In June, right? Because I moved where I'm at to be as close to my daughter as possible. And then her mom just moved like a mile down the road. And I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm moving somewhere else now, somewhere better. And I'm like, fuck, man, I got to move somewhere, bro. And it's like, I'm gonna be like 10 minutes away from my daughter and I can't just walk there. Like I can walk to my daughter in 15 minutes right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like after next week, I gotta take a fucking Uber or a bus to go, you know, see her. It's literally a mile and a half down the road. I'm just mad lazy and I don't feel like buying a car yet, right?
But so you can still walk.
Yeah. No, I used to walk 45 minutes to buy weed where she's at. The dispensary is right across from where she's at. So I'll still walk there when the weather gets better. You know what I'm saying? But now it's just like I'm going through this phase right now where it's like, fuck, I gotta let her go, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I'm like mad pussy and I don't want to. I'm like, no, man, you know, I'll just fucking do this job over here that I know I ain't really making shit, but I got mad time with my daughter and shit. Cause it's like once she goes to daycare, I ain't gonna see her. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, fuck. Then I'm like, yo, I gotta marry somebody rich. I gotta be a stay-at-home parent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta find me a sugar mama, dog, because
I thought the same thing after I married her. I said, I married the one. I'm gonna marry me a fat white chick with good credit. I ended up with
bro. My whole thing is like, yo, I don't know how to fuck my friends do it, like go to work and be away from their kids and not like be sad. Cause like my daughter will leave on the weekend and I like be sad, like fuck, man. Like I'm happy.
That's some shit when you had
opposite.
he on some shit when he had his kids later in life.
Yeah.
If he would have had his kids younger in life, he'd be like, yo, y'all motherfuckers got to go right now.
I am
so he on some shit.
Like,
he had his kids.
No, I appreciate my free
kids
time.
at 87.
Yeah,
if you had your kids at
87,
then you want the motherfuckers
fuck
to be
you,
around.
bro. No, I appreciate my free time. Trust me, I appreciate my free time, bro.
The when I moved down here and got the job I got now, you know, we used to go out of town for like 2 or 3 days at a time.
Yeah.
So a crew I was working with, literally every week we would go out of town Wednesday, come back Friday. This was happening every week for like 3 months, and I'm like, fuck. You know, it was cool at first, and I'm like, damn, I'm starting to miss my kids. I'm missing shit, you know, going on with like they at home doing shit. I'm missing that because I ain't there. The video calls is cool, but it ain't really, you know, what I want to do. And then like, you know, when I would get home, my daughter run to me, Daddy, you know, my son run to me, hey, Daddy, they'll be all happy and shit. And I'd be like, you know, I'll stay at home for a couple of days, and they're like, damn, I got to go out of town again. Fuck. It's just something, you know, as a dad, you know, you just gotta get used to it, because at the end of the day, you know, you got to go out there and get it. So I knew the purpose of what I was doing. I knew the end goal for what I was doing. So as much as it was bothering me, like I had a game plan for why I was doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it kind of balanced out. But it pissed me off one time. I had missed my son's when he graduated from pre-K. I had missed that, and I was pissed off about that because I had to go out of town. But you know, it's just some shit you gotta deal with sometimes, and just suck it up and be like, fuck it. Well,
yeah, man.
You gonna get over
sacrifices. Like kids don't realize the sacrifices that you make for them on a daily basis.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh no, they have no idea.
My son, because when we moved to Pennsylvania, it was just the 3 of us. You know, I wanted something better for my children. And when I found my job after I graduated college, it was like I took this job that paid less so that I'm more flexible with their schedule. Because when my kids were younger, they were in a lot of sports, like between tournaments and basketball and soccer. And I mean, it was crazy. I literally did not take my lawn chairs out my trunk because it was pointless. That's how bad it was. So
you went from field to field.
Exactly. My son didn't realize, I took a job that paid less so that I wasn't missing games. I didn't miss nothing. And I was home to make dinner at night and tuck them in. And I gave my children structure. That's the main thing that parents don't realize. When you're constantly working and your child has to raise themselves, they don't see that you're the cause that keeps the lights on. They don't see that. They see an empty house with just them and no parent. They're not looking at the bigger picture because their mind isn't mature enough to comprehend that. They know what they see at that age, and that's it, And I made sure, that I took this job because they let me off at 3:00 in the afternoon so that I can shoot down to Pennsylvania and make this game at 4:00. You know what I mean? And I didn't miss a game. I didn't miss a practice. I didn't miss a tournament. Like, I was always present. And it was sad to watch because I knew all the players by name. I knew their parents and all of that. And it was bad because one of my son's friends had like the peak of his basketball career. I mean, he was nice. And his mom came to one of the games. And because she was there and she's not normally, he had a fucked up game. So at halftime, he told her to leave.
Damn, that fucked him up? It
did. So when I met her, I was, of course, I'm always volunteering at this stupid school, but I saw her leaving and I'm like, where are you going? So she said, he don't want me here. He told me to leave. So I felt fucked up for her. I'm like, God damn, that's pretty bad, So after the halftime was over, I saw that he was back to his normal game and he did better than he did the first half. But after the game was over, I talked to him and I said, why did you do that? So he said, Miss Aileen, my mom's not like you. You're at every game. My mom, this is the second game that she came to out of 15 games. He said, so it threw me off because I'm not used to her being here. So I want to perform well because she's here and it's messing me up. She's in my headspace. So I said, I get that, but don't ever do that shit again.
Right.
Yeah.
She's here now. I said, it don't matter how many games she come to. She's here now. I said, don't ever do that shit again. And I said, you need to apologize to her.
Yeah, that's one thing I appreciate about Freddie. Like, Faith is his world. Like, I don't care what's going on. If it's last minute, if she called today and say, Daddy, we got career day in 2 days, he coming down here.
Coming down with some chicken sandwiches.
With the hot chicken,
with the chicken sandwiches on deck.
That's the one thing I do appreciate about him. If I called him with like an emergency and I'm like, look, she got this thing going on, I can't make it. He's like, all right, I'm coming. Just like she had that 5K that she was training up and running for, and I told him about it. He was like, let me know the date. I'm coming down. I'm running with her. And sure enough, he was down here for that one day, and he came down.
How come you ain't running?
The run. I was out of shape. I plan on doing the next one.
You could walk or ride a bike.
No, they was gonna run and
hoverboard, scooter.
Hoverboard.
You got roller skates on at a 5K, nigga, you cheating.
But I let them have their moments. And I know he's in the fitness, he's in all that stuff. So, when she said, Mom, I want to join Girls on the Run, I said, okay, cool, let her do it. And I let him know. And I said, when she started and they said they doing a 5K at the end, I knew immediately he was showing up for that 5K, like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So like anything, like I said, that's one thing I appreciate about him. I can call him for anything. and he'll be there. And like
That's
we ain't
what's up,
together.
man.
We
Shout
not
out to
getting back
all
together.
shout out to all the
Right.
light skinned fathers out there.
Not like
Shout out
that,
to all
but
you
Yeah.
Bart Simpson looking black people out there being good dads.
All the Albie Shores. Shout out to all the Albie Shores out there.
But yeah,
All you
that's
fucking
always
Christopher
one
Reed
thing,
looking
yeah.
motherfuckers.
But to go off what Aline said about what the kids see, I might have said it before in this pod, but for the longest time, my son and my daughter thought I didn't have money. Like they thought mom paid for everything, because she was for when we first moved out here. I would say like maybe a year after being out here, she didn't work. I just went to work. So I get paid on Friday and just send the money to her account, and she would pay all the bills or whatever. And she was always with them, so they thought that she always had money, and I would borrow money from her. I had to sit them down and explain to them, no, this is why daddy's not here all these times, because daddy's out doing this, and this. So y'all can do this other stuff.
Jamal set his kids down and said, I don't understand how you little niggas sip daiquiris.
Like, nah, you know,
like, that's me.
I remember the day, yo.
I seen Little Man with the Allen Iversons, man. So
I was sitting downstairs watching football or something like that. We was trying to order something to eat, because that's what we do on Saturdays. So my son gonna come downstairs and say, Daddy, are we eating now? And I'm like, yeah, what do you want to get? He's like, oh, I'm gonna go ask mommy because she gonna pay. And I look like, what?
Dang.
So
I would have lost it. See, that's that violent shit. That's that violent shit. I would have lost it.
But see, excuse me, I was about to, then I asked him, like, I called my daughter down, I asked him, like, what do y'all think mommy has all the money? And they was like, yeah. So I had to explain to them, the situation. I was like, yeah, mommy has the money because daddy goes to work to make the money. Yeah. Everything in this house that's going on, daddy's the one, starting this shit up. Like this is all on daddy. Like I go to work because I pay for the house. I pay for the lights, the clothes you wear, the car mommy drives. I'm paying for all that. So that way mommy can be at home so y'all can do all this other stuff. So don't make it seem like that I'm not doing nothing. It's just like you said before, they don't see that. They just see
they see mommy
doing everything. Mm-hmm. So they get to the point now they understand where it's like, okay, well, if we want something, daddy has money too, so we can go ask daddy now, which I shouldn't let them know that, because they'd be asking for some crazy shit, but it is what it is.
Yeah, that's what happened to us. I was on a secret call. Somebody was talking shit about Derek, and they had me on three-way. So dude gonna say, oh, I want to be like Derek. I want to be on my Derek shit. I ain't doing nothing.
Crazy.
Right, man. Hey, them fucking Jordans ain't cheap, motherfucker.
Hell no.
Hold up. I'm gonna need you to relax off my husband, because it's not how it is. But it goes back to people only see what they think they know.
Yeah,
exactly.
What they say that the motherfucking the social media shit is just the highlights, right?
That's all it is,
work in the background.
Right.
People only show what they want you to see. So.
Exactly. But hey, Corinne, man, you came in here madly after like 2 hours. I don't know what you doing, selling drugs or something, man.
Nah, man, I had to handle some business, and I ain't want to, announce it before I stepped off.
So that's what's up, man. This nigga,
he had to go burglarize.
This nigga had a parent-teacher conference on a Sunday. We know what you doing, bro. You wild.
Somebody making up that extra credit. Somebody making up that extra credit.
At a Blaze conference, man.
Do you think you want your son to really get an A, huh?
He was like, you eat someone an A, you're gonna give me that P. Oh shit. Man. But yo, yeah, man. But yo, we've been going. This is like it's hour number 4. I gotta get the fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah.
This is 4 hours, bro. Like my lady in the other room, and she mad, but it is what
Where's
it is.
she at? Tell her come on the pod.
Nah, she ain't about that life, bro. She talking on the phone all day.
Stop being shy.
Nah,
she came on the pod one time.
Tell her to join the rest of the women.
Like 5 seconds. Everybody ain't built, man.
I need another female on the show.
Everybody
I'm so glad you joined.
Everybody ain't built. Let me tell you.
Me too. Derek always tries to keep me. No, nobody wants to hear what you gotta say.
The audience cares about the opinion of women. That's
I
why
know.
I always
I'm
ask
always
women.
out here by myself.
That's why I
was
always
so
ask
happy
women to
have
come on
someone else.
because the audience
They be
cares
getting ganged up
about
on sometimes.
35. Relax. 35% of my listening audience is women. Like women give a fuck about what women say on this show, and I can't always speak for them. That's why I always try to have women on here, man. So
And
no,
you
they
know
care.
what else? You know what else is? I'm not your typical woman, and I don't think I'm gonna say your name wrong again. Say your name.
Aileen.
Aileen. I don't think Elaine is the
You just asked her how to say her name and you still said it wrong.
Aileen, right?
Oh my God.
Did I say it right? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I got like
You are
3
just like a
tequila
white
drinks
person that
in.
works in AR,
Look,
works in HR.
listen.
You're like, what's your name?
HR?
Sarah? Your name's Sarah?
Not HR.
I do work in HR.
You know how hey, come on now. You know how them folks in
Wait,
HR
you
mispronounce
said
every black
Aileen?
person's name.
Yes.
Aileen. Okay,
She was
I
like,
got it.
Ellen?
I did not say Ellen. I said Aileen. So Aileen, I'm sorry. I'm 3 tequila drinks in and about 3 moonshine pickles. So please excuse me.
Nice.
Hey, the
I need to
moonshine
catch
pickles
up
go
with
hard.
you. God damn.
Y'all be
But
getting
yes, I'm
ripped,
so
boy.
happy to have another woman on the podcast because I'm usually
Yeah,
by myself,
man.
and
Listen,
they do
man,
gang up on me.
The female perspective, the woman's perspective is one that we need to hear. And then it's like, yo, like honestly, like, yo, listen, we talk a lot of shit about just shit in general, you know what I'm saying? And I never want it to seem like we're trying to like gang up on women or nothing like that when we have women that are doing things that are successful, that are making shit happen. It's like, yo, it's the same way, you know, we always try to defend men. It's like, yo, every man ain't some deadbeat. Every man don't have, you know, all this wild shit going on. Every man isn't whatever. It's like, yo, we're doing the same thing. And I like to have you guys on here because it's like, yo, all this shit, like, you know, and I don't want to go on a rant, but I hate like when people post shit like girl boss or like boss chick, boss babe, shit like that. Cause the women that are actually doing that never post that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the women that are making that shit happen, doing that kind of shit, they don't post that because they don't need that external validation. They know what the fuck is going on. And it's like, I hate that kind of shit. But I like to have you guys on because it's like, yo, y'all can talk about the real fucking deal about leading shit, running shit, being actual fucking bosses, having your own business, working your way up through fucking shit, going through hardships, struggling, overcoming shit, dealing with what the fuck life throws at you, being successful. I can't talk about that kind of shit from a female perspective. I can't talk about mom shit. I can't even talk to a nigga about buying a house. That's all shit that all y'all can talk about. And so it's like I said earlier, I always try to pick things from the people around me that are successful in their own right, because it's like, yo, I can learn from y'all. I can, you know, steal y'all whole swag, take y'all sauce, take the ingredients, make my own shit. You know what I'm saying? Be like Slocks, have motherfuckers the meat juice dripping. You know what I'm saying?
You see the logo? You see the logo?
Yeah,
Holla
man.
at me.
You know what I'm saying? But before we get out of here, Karim just came in the pod after like a fucking 3-hour hiatus and shit. Anything you want to say to the people before you dip out besides you was blazing?
No, man. Everybody.
Nigga out here blazing and glazing.
That's allegedly, man.
I'm just saying, man. Hey, listen, when we was all young, you know, you dumped the condom wrapper in the fucking little door handle right there. I see the shit right there in the door handle, bro.
Let me look to make sure now.
Yeah, man, you got you know what I'm saying?
You got to double check the shit.
He ain't using Trojans, he's using them sheiks, the free joints you get from the clinic. You know what I'm saying? You ain't
not
slick,
the
bro.
lambskin joints.
Them the trash joints too. Them shits always pop.
This nigga out here using lambskins. You wrong. You wrong.
Hold on. I know what that nigga could say.
I got the designer joints. They snake skin,
man. Alligator skin condoms. I feel you, dog.
The shit's come off after 2 hours.
Man.
I use a condom that shed, dog.
Hey, yo, Ren.
You, man.
Hey, yo, Ren. Yeah. Who's the most civilized nigga that your mom and grandma said?
Man, fuck.
More civilized, man. What they used to say. Let's be strong.
They used to get on my nerves with this bullshit.
What they used to say.
Every day, you come home from acting stupid in school. See, that's your problem. You need to act more civilized, like Derek. He got like, yo, this motherfucker is worse than all of us.
No, I was civilized like who?
That was middle school, man. We all 6 of us, we formed by the time we was in.
No. We going to focus on what did your mom, rest in peace of your grandma, rest in peace. What they say, act civilized like who?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know anybody named Derek. All I know is Bone. I don't know.
But come on, don't do that.
You know, Bone and D Will. That's it, dog. Bone and D Will. That's it, man. Hey, yo, Seduce, before we get out of here, what you got to say to the people?
Not much. Make 2022 your year. I plan on making it mine, making big moves over here. So
Hey.
Nice.
All right,
Calvin,
Calvin.
10%.
Calvin, what you got? What you got for the folks, man?
Nothing crazy. To thine own self be true. That's about it. I'm gonna keep that with me.
All right,
that's all
Aileen.
the church I'm gonna get.
That's
Aileen and
felonious.
Derek, what y'all got to say?
Oh, excuse me. Make 2022 your own. Like you guys said, I plan on trying to save some money.
There we go.
Love all y'all, man. I grew up with all y'all. Keep striving. Keep doing what y'all do.
Get your sentimental ass out of here, nigga. Niggas done stroked your ego this whole fucking podcast. Get the fuck out of here, man. All right, Slocks, what you got, man?
Hey, man, you already know, man. Y'all ain't got this.
We don't want
barbecue.
It. Fuck you, nigga.
Hey, come on, bro.
Nah, because you too cocky right now. I ain't feeling that.
Check me out. Every episode, I'm gonna have a different one on, man. Holla at me.
All right,
my name is my name is my name. My name is my name.
My name is my name.
New Jersey barbecue, man. Get at me.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave you with this, man. This is something I would tell my people all the time, that I don't like to say that worked for me, but that worked with me, that I had the pleasure of leading, right? So what you need to do, and this is something that everybody needs to do, go out and identify 5 things that make you happy. And when you do that, share those things with people. So find 5 things that just make you happy. Tacos make me happy. Sushi makes me happy. You know what I'm saying? Basic shit. Watching the X-Men cartoon on Disney Plus, the old joint from Fox, from the channel, from Fox 5. That makes me happy. So basic, simple shit. Exactly, right? So find 5 things that make you happy and share them with people that you care about. And you will be surprised how much simple sources of happiness that you have in common with other people. Because it's all about cultivating these relationships that we create. And the only way to do that is by spreading happiness, And the other thing I'm gonna say is I'm Jewish now. Fuck y'all. So fuck being woke. Should never been sleep.
Never been sleep.
Peace.